Second and 17. He's going down again. Akeem Messidor. Reuben Bain there as well. These terrific defensive ends have taken over on the last couple of plays, and time expires. They're going to give Notre Dame the play, or are they? Now the official on the far sideline is stopping the play, and the game is over.
I couldn't have said it better myself, and it's over for Notre Dame, and in fact, they themselves have quit when things don't go their way like a 5-year-old. I've waited a long time for this for you. 1988, I've been waiting a long time. It was for you, Jimmy. This was for you, Jimmy. Honestly. Couldn't have happened to a better team. Spoiled, self-entitled, hasn't done shit in years, okay? And give a damn. They've backdoored their way in. Didn't have to face Georgia and Carson Beck because that dream would have ended last year. That's a fact, okay? They absolutely destroyed with Manti and his fake girlfriend, Bob Davey, Lou Holtz. Up your ass, 93. No, it's done. I don't give a damn. And Mr. Where are you at that trolled me last week? I'm waiting for you. Come on. Where are you at? The Italian Stallion's ready, baby. Come on, 12 rounds. Yeah. I'm on fire tonight, baby, because I'm going to tell you this. Yesterday felt good. That Miami was going to get in. But I don't know. The way Heather Dinich was talking, I was like, who did she go down on in that boardroom to get that exclusive? Honestly, because I'm telling you, she was so confident. And to see that arrogant little bitch, his face, when they announced what it was, I laughed my ass off. Que se ponga eso en el culo, coño. Esa maricona. I'm telling you. Like Joe Lunardi, you're done. Go away. Nobody cares what you think anymore. Okay? We got to put up with Lunardi for 3 more months. Oh, I'm bringing the heat tonight, baby. And now let me just tell you this. And Miami, Mario, congrats. But now you got to do your part. And win, lose, whatever. You better show up. You better show up. That's all I'm going to say. But damn. Oh, my God, that felt great. 22 years I've had to wait for this. 22 miserable years I had to wait for Miami to get a chance at this. And it's so worth it just to be in the conversation. So in the conversation. And then you got these guys, and you can feel sorry for them all you want. Whether Alabama looked the part or not, that's fine. That's what the chat box is for. I'll give the link. It's going to be a hot show tonight. And everybody's going to get 5 minutes, whether you're a guest or just wanting to troll. It's totally fine. But tonight was a justice that had needed to be done for Miami against Notre Dame since 1988 and that bullshit that happened. And I'm a proud Catholic convict, by the way. So, yeah, feels good, man. Feels great. Welcome to another episode of Stallion Speaks. And listen, I just had to get that out there because I'm telling you, it has been a long time coming. I have waited for this. Now Miami's got to do their part. I just wanted a chance. I just wanted a chance at this. And any Miami fan, any college football fan that hates the U, you should be happy. We equal ratings. We are the Joker. We're the bad guy. And you know what? We love a good villain. I'm telling you. So with that being said, got to bring on my favorite Cajun. I'm so glad he could join me. I was a little nervous because he's been on a staycation that transitioned to a vacation, and I know he's got a lot to say tonight. So without further ado, thank you, love. Without further ado, let's bring him on with a warm welcome here on Stallion Speaks. The one, the only, my favorite Cajun, Larry Frank Jr. What is up, brother? How you doing?
What's up, brother? What's happening?
It's happened. 8 years, my brother. We finally got it together. We
Finally.
got it together. A puncher's chance, man. Got a puncher's chance. Like
Yeah,
Duke says. Like Duke says. Fighters fight. We got a
yeah.
puncher's chance,
First,
baby.
show or first get together you and I can do. I'm looking forward to doing this on U Talk as well. We can finally talk about Miami football, and it's just not some pish tosh bowl game. It's some stuff
Oh,
that's really on the line, man. It feels good, man. It feels good.
thank you, Ellen. I've been waiting for you guys
LMV,
all day.
LMV.
Yep. Ray Chan, I told y'all so. All right. Well, Ray, here's
I
the
I
deal.
I gave him his props. Yes,
We,
you did. Yes, you
Ray, and
did.
let me just tell you this. You heard me at the beginning, baby. Now we've got the opportunity. You got to roll with it. You cannot squander this. To quote Eminem, you only got one shot. Don't let's just, I mean, we've waited 22 years for this fucking opportunity. Don't screw it up. I don't give a damn who we played. Honestly. My dream scenario is we beat A&M, we beat Ohio State, we beat Tech, and we beat Georgia. Well, we beat Georgia, and I don't know if Tech would be there. They'd have to get through Indiana and that upper
I
bracket if it
I
got there.
highlighted that on my page, my
You did.
personal page, and I was like, look, this can be the greatest run, the greatest story ever told in college football because the storylines. You already have a little bit of history here with Texas A&M with the recent matchups in the last couple of years, the beginning of the Mario era. Remember, TVD dominated the last time we played. That makes me feel good. And then round two, you get to avenge the well, I'm not going to even go there. Ohio State. That's all I have to say. And then in the semifinals, a potential matchup with Georgia, Carson Beck can avenge how he was treated. And then the national championship at the Rock in Miami, Mario versus Arg. This can be the greatest story ever told in college football.
And Larry, can I just tell you this? Even though it won't take place at the scene of the crime, it's still gonna. You can exercise that Fiesta Bowl curse. Miami has never won a Fiesta Bowl. It's the one bowl game that has eluded
Right,
them of the Big
right.
Six.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
it really has. They've won a Chick-fil-A Bowl. They've won Sugar, Orange, Rose, Cotton, but they've never won the Fiesta Bowl. And how fitting would it be if Carson gets the opportunity against his former team? I mean, the storylines are there.
It's there. It's
And
there.
Oregon waiting for you potentially if they get through their obstacles in
Well, they,
Miami.
they they have an
You
easy
know,
path because I
they
mean
do.
you open up against JMU and then you potentially that matchup with Texas Tech, I believe they would have to probably get through Indiana in the semi, so their path is real easy.
Yeah. Anthony, I got you. I believe Notre Dame got screwed because there was no way to justify Alabama booking, ending their season with two massive losses and still getting in the playoff. We'll get to that, Anthony. I promise. And you'll
Yeah.
get 5 minutes to speak your piece. Everybody will get 5 minutes to speak their piece. So, yep. And let's see here. Guy Thompson, welcome, brother. And if we get to that championship, it's a home game. Amen, brother.
Yes,
They
it
had to
is.
go the hard way, you know? Not going to lie. Georgia holding Bama at a -3 rushing scares me. I need Rocky to hold my hand. Ooh. Rocky's kind of been quiet today. I've not heard from him. I have not. So yeah.
Rocky was hitting me up last night. Me and Rocky, we talked a little bit via text last night. So he's fired up. Hopefully he can get on and you know, speak
Coach
his
is in the
piece.
house too.
Coach,
Coach, what's
Shane
up,
O'Mac,
Coach?
Shane
Shane
O'Mac.
O'Mac. Yeah, he had some fun drinks with a buddy of ours. I couldn't make it. I was at my company Christmas party last night, getting a little toasty and dancing on the dance floor because I felt we were in. And then I don't know. I woke up with this weird feeling, Larry Frank, and I'm like, they're gonna fuck us today. They are really
It
gonna fuck
it
us.
it
You
was
know? So,
ESPN. ESPN was
yeah.
selling the Wolf card again. I started feeling good when we always had Nick Saban on our side. Herb Street said it live last night that Miami has to be in, so that made me feel good. Because remember, every time Kirk goes live on ESPN and says something in Miami's favor, it works out for Miami. Kirk was the one that called out the administration that got Blake James out of there and eventually got Radakovich in and got Mario in. So when I saw Kirk go live, made me feel good. Then I flipped over to watch the Big Ten, and I'm looking at Mark Ingram, who's an Alabama grad, saying that they don't deserve to be in. Everybody you saw yesterday was clamoring for Miami, and it played down just like I thought it would. And how ironic that it was Manny Diaz and Duke, who, in my opinion, I know they said Duke had no bearing on what happened, but let's be real. it was Manny Diaz and Duke that inadvertently, I think, got Miami in there, because by Duke winning, Virginia couldn't get one of those other conference championship spots.
Mm-hmm.
And I really believe the
Good
AC,
point. Keep
yeah,
going.
they didn't want the ACC to be left out. And I mean, listen, I said it, me and you talk in the group and all of that. I said it many times. I just felt like something was up. They had Miami ranked the highest ACC team all that time. And I just felt like, okay, are they setting Miami up here, or are they trying to, something's just not right? Why are you going to have Miami there if you know they're not in contention to play for the ACC championship versus Virginia or at the time Georgia Tech?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
I'm going to throw some other things in, and all valid points. That's why when somebody makes a good point, whether you're a guest or you're a guest host or a guest on the show, when you get that horse stallion sound, that means you have made an excellent, phenomenal point. And you highlighted a great one. I'm going to tell you this. I think there were two games yesterday that actually mattered. I'm not going to say that the Indiana and Ohio State game did not matter, because obviously one was going to be your number one overall seed. But either way, they had both played themselves, being the two undefeated teams that
yeah,
were left, into double buys, or the bye, at least for the first round and so forth. And then you go to the bowl game right away.
right,
And then the same with the Georgia-Alabama game. I mean, I really think that both teams were firmly in, hence why they put Alabama there. I really think that the two games that mattered yesterday, like you've already highlighted, Duke possibly beating Virginia in the ACC championship game that happened, and then the Big 12, because let's just be real. If BYU wins, Miami and Notre Dame might both
both
be
out,
declining a bowl
both out,
game,
yeah,
or
yeah,
Miami's going back to the Pop-Tarts Bowl, or playing Vanderbilt in the ReliaQuest Bowl or the Gator Bowl or whatever. And we're going
yeah,
to talk about that here in a little bit anyway. But the fact of the matter is that I think that Big 12 and the way that Texas Tech won it, that firmly said, okay, now we can do the head-to-head,
yeah.
because the committee looked stupid.
They did.
Jethro Clampett, that answer, if you could tell, I think he's had nothing but media training these last 4 weeks, because they put him out there and he looked like a deer in the headlights. Now, I
Yeah,
know that not many great CEOs or athletic directors or people that are put in certain positions may not be great on camera or might not be dynamic speakers. But the point is that you have way too much money invested in this, that you don't come out there and not know the host's name, like he didn't know
hmm,
Reese Davis's name that we've made fun of. You don't
right,
go out there and you don't, say the stupid answer that we made fun of with the Adam Sandler thing from Happy Gilmore, or from Billy Madison. I
right,
mean, it's like you talked out there and said their two losses were better than our two losses, when one of the losses was to us. I mean, you're just brain damaged. And where they fucked up tremendously was the fact that they dropped Miami too low in those initial rankings. They did
yeah,
the same when Bama lost to Oklahoma. You dropped these teams and penalized them. And it's like, look, not even the AP really did that type of stuff. Honestly,
right,
I mean, so the point of the matter is they had to right certain wrongs. We're going to talk about Alabama. Everybody's going to get their 5 minutes in here. I've also got another co-host that's going to come on tonight, because he's got a show that's going to be debuting here in the next week or two on the channel, and you'll love what Big Game Kerry Reeves has to say. He's got a really fun show that he's going to be bringing an hour coming up on Tuesday nights and so forth from 8 to 9 we're looking at, but I don't want to steal his thunder. We're still coming up with a name for it, but he's going to come on. I'm sure he's going to bring it up, and you're going to get somebody's objective opinion that's just a Tennessee Vol fan. He's give you his objective of what he thought. Did Notre Dame get screwed? Did Miami deserve to be in? What about these two group of five schools? I mean, I think this is absurd. There's nothing to see with those two games. There's nothing to see. It's going to be what the score is. You might as well go to DraftKings and find out what the score at the end of each quarter they're giving you odds on. I mean, these two teams celebrated Larry Frank today like it was March Madness, and the MEAC school got in knowing they're going to
yeah,
be hotter for Purdue or Michigan or
right,
Arizona in the first round. That's what the hell that was today, okay?
right,
Make
right.
no mistake about it. But that being said, and I'm going to get the chat box caught up, but I think this narrative really began all throughout the week. you had an athletic director, and I called him out. I'd like to take credit that I was one of the first ones. All these other shows, like Kane's Insight, everybody else, somebody must have finally done their research because nobody was talking about these Joker motherfuckers before I brought it up, okay? So that's number one. And now everybody started talking it up. It went even national to bring up that why Clemson and Florida State are wanting to leave this conference. And coaches that either were current or former that wanted to be unanimous, Larry, talked to Bob McHale or whoever that author was for ESPN and said the basketball's a priority here. It's Tobacco Road. What the hell do you expect? I mean, I highlighted this. You've got basketball people in charge. So, yes, I want my fucking props because I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I am a genius when it comes to this shit. Don't pretend to be the smartest of everything. But I know when it comes to football and my Miami Hurricanes and history, those that just ignore it are doomed to repeat it. We've been fucked in 2000 with computers. We've fucked with all sorts of referee calls over the years. And it's like, for once, right this wrong. And they did it. And they didn't know anything to this fucking team who refuses to be in a conference, who thinks they're better than everybody. And even their fans do. And they haven't won shit. Don't let them fool you. They've backdoored their way and not even shown up in those type of big games. And that's ass raping too. Go ahead, Larry.
Can I say something real quick on how all of this is done? I want to give a shout out to the college football committee for being slick because for the last 4 weeks, they used the Miami Notre Dame angle to totally pull the wool over everybody's eyes as they were sneaking Bama and putting Bama in position. They literally snuck Bama and put them there. And as of last week, guess what? Mission accomplished. Because when you struggle with Auburn in the Iron Bowl, that gave you the opportunity to move them up going into conference championship weekend. And guess what? The damage is done now. They're where they need to be. And by them doing that, it didn't matter what happened yesterday. Now, in my opinion, the way that Alabama lost, they should have fallen all the way out. When you get -3 rushing yards and you got Notre Dame and Miami getting more rushing yards sitting on the couch at home than Alabama in the SEC championship game, something doesn't sit well for me. But they use, and that's a great point by LNV. They did not expect that Miami was going to continue winning.
We didn't either.
We didn't either. Because
we thought
historically, Miami has fallen short. But long story short, they used Miami and Notre Dame. They kept Miami under Notre Dame all this time, getting everybody riled up on a national scene, and that diverted from what they were really doing, which was setting Alabama up to give them a spot when they did not deserve a spot. And if there's any Alabama fans in here, please, I've been going at it with some of my family members that are Alabama fans. Oh, you got those bad losses against SMU and Louisville. Let me tell you something. I will take those 2 bad losses to a couple of 8-4 teams because those 2 8-4 teams are better than that 5-7 Florida State team that beat you, that Miami skull fucked when we played them. And furthermore, not only that, let's keep in mind, did you notice how Florida State wasn't even mentioned anymore?
None.
I mean, look at the timeline of Alabama. Yeah. Look at the timeline. The last 5 games of the season, 7-point victory that you skated by South Carolina. 11-point victory that you just kind of walked around the park with LSU. You struggled with Auburn in the Iron Bowl. You lost to Oklahoma. You beat Eastern Kentucky or whoever the hell, Eastern Illinois, Eastern Michigan, Eastern somebody. You beat the hell out of them, but that don't count. And then you got exposed last night versus Georgia. And you're telling me that you're one of the best 12? And the thing that really gets it, and I'm going to give it back. I'm going to land my plane after this.
You're good. You're good, brother. Speak your piece.
The committee chair, he's up here talking about what teams have done recently. And he said, well, Miami has looked good, but we look at the losses. Wait a minute. So you're going to overlook Miami, who's looked good for the last month, but you're going to reward Alabama, who's looked like shit for the last month? They peaked in the middle of the season when they beat those 4 ranked teams in a row. And then they started to come down a little bit. So you're going to reward them? Come on. You've got to be kidding me with this. So the heist was on. The heist was on.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you this. I mean, we're going to have people. There's some people talking that are going to defend the Alabama point, which I mean, I can see both sides. I will say this, Larry. Great points on all that. one thing before I get Kerry on here to give his opinion, and then I promise, chat, hang with me. Everybody will get their 5 minutes to speak your piece. I promise you. I'm going to get the link up here, but we have a lot to divulge through real quick. To finish my point, though, the credit the committee for bailing Phillips and the fact that both his kids go to Notre Dame currently. You have a Notre Dame guy pretty much running the ACC right now. And I'll tell you this, somebody in that office probably threatened his job. I will not be shocked if we do not see a new ACC commissioner within the next year. You're definitely going to have to change how the conference championships determine this. I think Greg McElroy made a great point this morning. He even said, I don't think you need to devalue the conference championships. You need to make sure the two best teams are fighting for the conference. Big 12 got it right. SEC, they said it was debatable, but at the same time, when you got rid of the divisions, this is what you got and so forth, you know? Now they've got 9 games, so it should, work itself out. And I mean, this conference got tougher with the upgrades they've made in coaches too. The Big Ten, they got lucky this year with the 2 best, but with 18 teams, it's a lot. And then the ACC was just utter chaos. So what I'm getting at is I agree with Greg McElroy. They have got to make sure that that is taken care of, number one. But number two, do not be surprised if you see a change in the guard for the ACC, because it took the CFP to bail their sorry ass out to make sure. And thank God Miami was ranked where they were ranked, to be honest with you. But I am going to make a point very quickly. Don't think for a second, guys, that if Miami was not in the position that they were in, and there was that opportunity that Virginia and Duke was the 2 teams, there was Georgia Tech, and I saw them at 23. And I guarantee you, Georgia Tech had the head-to-head to Duke. And there would have been a way that they could have found that darling from Atlanta to get in there, because I think Georgia Tech would have smoked Virginia last night. And Georgia Tech would have been your ACC team. I'm just telling you right now that they could have even Feinbaum even said, the ACC commissioner could have picked up the phone, made a phone call and said, Duke, sorry, focus on basketball. We need Miami to do this. You could have done anything. And sorry if feelings get hurt. Okay, this is a business. It's impersonal. Okay, and because you didn't know how to handle your business correctly, you got bailed out. That's what happened. Okay. Now,
and real quick, I want to make a point to that. Imagine if Miami would have been in the ACC championship last night. Miami would have gotten an extra game, and 9 times out of 10, first of all, if Miami would have qualified, I think they would have moved Miami up in the rankings, because they know Miami potentially was going to win the ACC championship. So you can't hold them out. So that may have moved them initially from that 12 spot to maybe even to that 10 spot. They may have been able to get him there.
Or maybe it's Oklahoma that is going to have to travel on the road, because you reward at least a conference champion with the home game. Or that's
where I'm going. If they would have put Miami in there, we know, I don't care if it would have been Duke, I don't care if it would have been Virginia, Miami would have dog walked whoever they played last night. They get in there, they win that game, they're hosting a game next week as a conference champion somewhere, because they would have gotten up there. So there's all kind of ways the ACC dropped it. But hey, I'm glad the CFP, came to their senses. I don't know who put pressure on them. I saw Joey Galloway. He's hated on us all this time. Then all of a sudden, well, I think if it's one team that might make a run, it might be like, shut the fuck up.
Well, he knows that his guys are going to have a very tough second round matchup, because they screwed the pooch last night. But but let's bring him on. Kerry, thank you for waiting patiently. Welcome to the show, Big Game Kerry Reeves. Let's welcome him, everybody.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, he is.
How everybody doing tonight?
Doing great, man. How are you?
I'm great. Everybody's great. I've had a good day. Watching the playoff. My Bills came back and beat Cincinnati in what was a fantastic football game in the snow.
Shout out to the Steelers, by the way, Larry.
Hey, I get to wait. I get to wait 1 more week to get my heart broken. Shouts out, man.
Great effort. Great effort by the Steelers today. But I had a feeling that since we kicked their ass last week, the Tomlin's teams always responds to an ass kicking. They responded to it today, and Baltimore's got issues because Lamar Jackson is hurt more than anybody is saying. That man is hurt. But anyway, let's get to this playoff issue. And if I'm Alabama, first of all, if I'm Alabama, I'm giving thank you and a part of my playoff check to the University of Georgia for not running up to 50 If that thing gets past 40 last night, Alabama's not in.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in. If that thing gets to 40, Georgia called off the dogs because they saved Alabama by calling off the dogs. -3 yards rushing. Are you kidding me? I had more yards rushing going to the bathroom last night during the game than they did during the game. And yes, that dumb stump director of the CFP, that Jethro want to be dumb as a freaking stump director. They got it right. Miami deserved to be in. They shouldn't have been ranked as low as they were to begin with. That was the problem I think a lot of people had, was that they were ranked wrong to begin with. The BYU getting blown out, I could see that one coming a mile away. Texas Tech, to me, is one of 3 teams that could win the national championship. They're that deep.
They're well.
Miami's got and I'm going to say something about Miami. They got a nice little favorable bracket in front of them where they could do some damage and get some revenge for past sins. A&M would be a past sin. Yes. Getting Ohio State, that would be a huge pass sin.
Give me that one.
Well, and I'm going to tell you this:
a huge pass sin.
I'm going to tell you this: whoever wins that Miami Texas A&M game, if Ohio State thought that Indiana's pass rush was rough, wait till they see the defensive lines of A&M and Miami, because those have been 2 of the best all year. When they throw down. I mean, honestly.
One of my best friends, real quick, one of my best friends is an Ohio State fan, and he even told me, he said A&M and Miami are the 2 teams that I did not want to see. So he's worried either way.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not that game with Ohio State and Indiana was fantastic. I don't think Ohio State didn't really lose it. Indiana went out there and won it.
So did.
They went out there and Mendoza, 3rd and 8 with 2 minutes to go, throws an absolute dime. If that guy doesn't win the Heisman Trophy, I will be shocked. He's had 2 Heisman moments, Penn State and last night. The whole country got to watch him last night. That was, and the throw in the end zone with the touchdown that gave them the lead was an NFL perfect Aaron Rodgers back shoulder throw.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you this.
And the Indiana defense was just phenomenal last night.
I've got thoughts on that game. And you know what? Let me just tell you this. And I know the chat box has got some more thoughts, and I'm going to read them here. It's been hot. And guys, stay with me, please. Like I said, I'm going to give everybody time to speak their piece, whether you agree, whether you disagree. Everybody's entitled. That's what this show's all about. Before I get to the matchups, these were the results over the last couple of days. Tulane beat North Texas, James Madison beat Troy. I think I saw somewhere where both those teams are going to be 17-point underdogs in the first round. Georgia obviously beat Alabama. Indiana 13-10 against Ohio State. I'm going to say this real quick, and that's exactly what I was looking for right there, is that I also credit that because Indiana had such a cream puff in Purdue last week, they didn't even have to worry about them. And I really believe, guys, in my heart of hearts, that Cignetti was waiting for this game 2 weeks. They looked very prepared. They had been probably, I'd argue, maybe knowing they were going to face Ohio State for 3 weeks.
I think 3
they
weeks.
looked prepared, they were ready, and Ohio State was in a dogfight with Michigan. I would even argue that maybe Ohio State took Michigan a little bit lightly at the beginning because they were trying to get ready for Indiana. But I think Indiana was completely ready for them. And as Two-Pair mentioned in our chat that we've been talking throughout the day, Two-Pair even mentioned that was a home game for Indiana, and he called it on Rebels with a cause. That was in Indianapolis, guys.
You see how much tickets were going for last night? There's a $4,000 or $5,000.
And just to put it in perspective, the ACC championship was going for $35,
and it didn't even sell out. And it didn't even sell out.
And let me tell you something: there were a lot of Duke fans there in Charlotte. That I was not surprised by that. But at the same time, you would have thought Virginia would have traveled for that game. That Virginia screwed the pooch. They screwed themselves. They have nobody. They looked like dog shit. Yep. They got and then Manny almost choked it away like he's been known for against Virginia in the past, and he got bailed out last night by Mensa and that group in the overtime, and then that penalty.
And then the Virginia coach Tony Elliott, he was a good coach. He got cute at the wrong time. Yeah. Who tries a reverse pass, throw back to the quarterback, knowing that Duke's not exactly the dumbest bunch of bunnies out there. They figured something was coming, and sure enough, the Indiana made two mistakes. The personal foul on the touchdown, which backed them back to the 40 to begin their possession in overtime, and then the next play after. But kudos to Duke. Kudos to Indiana. I didn't think Indiana was as tough as they were, but they impressed the hell out of me.
No, Cignetti's got to be coach of the year.
You know what I would say about that, Kerry? I think Indiana has taken on, and it's ironic because if you remember, I was a kid, James was a kid, you're a little older. You'll remember in the 80s, Miami took on the identity of Jimmy Johnson.
Yep.
And Indiana's team is taking on the identity of Cignetti. Cignetti just has this take no prisoners like swagger. It's kind of scary because that swagger, I've seen that swagger before. And that's how you build a championship program, and I mean, think about it. He's taking out Oregon. Now he's taking out Ohio State. He's got the #1 overall seed. He's won 10 games for 2 consecutive years. He's in the playoffs for 2 consecutive years. And now that, Fernando is going to look like, I would guess, win the Heisman, that's going to be an attractive spot for quarterbacks and other transfer portal players. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, we might just be seeing a modern day mimicking of what you saw in the 80s with Miami with Indiana. And I'm not saying they're going to win national championships, but as far as becoming the next big thing in the Big Ten to join Michigan and Ohio State and Oregon.
Their first share of the Big Ten title since 1967. Their first outright championship since World War II in 1945. They're not going away anytime soon. And the coach that is James Madison now that's going out to UCLA, he's got a little bit of swagger on with him.
Yes.
So I think UCLA, give them a couple years. I would, if UCLA's back in the scene in a couple years, it's because he's got that swag. He learned under Cignetti. He's got that swag too, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Got that extra. He's got that extra something in him, man.
Cignetti,
I wonder how he has gone this long and nobody not knowing who he has been. Because this dude could coach. My God.
Well,
and they coached well.
Well, I'm gonna get the chat box caught up because they're bringing a lot of heat. And like I said, I'm about to post that link to give everybody 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna give everybody 5 minutes, make it count. If you have a question for us, I will stop the 5 minutes, allow you to speak your piece and answer that question. If you've got a question for us, that will not count against you. Everybody's gonna get their fair share. Okay, I want that to be known. Real quick, I want to just say this. Eric Carroll, to defend Bama, they did have 10 guys injured in that game yesterday. For what it's worth, you do have to give them credit for the strength of schedule, the FPI, and the strength of record. No one else can say that. I can get that. And I'm not really familiar with this FEI, but they were top 10 FEI. I saw that Notre Dame was in the FEI, and I think a lot of their fans were talking about that. So if somebody tells me what FEI stands for, please.
Yeah, I'd like to know that too.
I don't know what that is.
But real quick, I just want to push back on that comment. They may have had 10 guys injured yesterday, but they didn't have 10 guys injured when they played Florida State. They didn't have all those injuries for all those games, South Carolina and LSU, that they looked lackluster and slow against.
I mean, they didn't have jam against Florida State, but you're right. The running game came back to bite them. That was missing in that Florida State game. You're right about that. So the real one and now begins now. Stay humble, stay hungry. Go Canes. Love the show, Stallion. Love you too, bud. And yours too, Larry. So, and this comment right here on the real. This will be 2 weeks off. Does he get them ready for round one? Larry knows this question right now. I mean, you can't dismiss it. Go ahead.
I got something on that. I was watching a press conference or a podcast. Mario gave an interview today, and he said that everything has remained the same. He said after the season concluded, they were still lifting, they were still running. Even though they didn't have a team to game plan for, they were still staying conditioned. And he said the schedule stays the same. He said they're usually off on Sundays. He said they just got together and watched how everything unfolded. But tomorrow, business as usual, they start prepping for A&M. So I think everything is going to stay on schedule. We should be good from a preparation standpoint. I think, Mario, what you just saw in the disrespect that Miami got for the last month, I think the worst mistake is two things, a combination of two things. Mistake number one, Miami got disrespected. Mistake number two, You got the GOAT Nick Saban telling you and giving you that fire that's saying Miami is going to be the most dangerous team in the playoffs. You don't give a team that's been disrespected that kind of momentum. And if
Yep.
Mario, you saw the last month, he backed off and he's letting Dawson run the offense. Hey, I don't want to get too excited here, but I can't help but to get a little excited. I got to tap my foot a little bit because I'm feeling like, you know what? What has the CFP done that possibly may be lighting a fire under Miami's ass right now?
Well, can
That
I throw this out there
environment.
too? Well, can I throw this out there too? And Kerry,
Yeah,
I'll allow you to
go for
respond
it.
real quick. I want to bring this up. They talked about in the show that was announcing the bowl games that aired after the 12-3 special. A lot of people are going to hold Miami accountable for not showing up. Well, let me just tell you this. That's a fair assessment. I've already started this show saying that. But here's the other thing. You don't think that they know that as well? If anything, you may have actually lit a fire under them as well to be wanting to go out there and do this. In fact, A&M is kind of in a no-win position at this point. Like, I mean, they have the home game, and then nobody helped them out by not even giving them the night game. They gave them an 11 o'clock start over there, and the crowd's going to be into it. But as you saw, when their last noon game, they didn't look so hot. And I don't think Miami would blow the lead if they got out the way that they did on the way South Carolina did.
Right.
Go ahead, Kerry, and then I'm going to put the link up, guys. So very
that environment in College Station is going to absolutely be lit. You get a history program like Miami coming into A&M, another historic program. That place is going to be lit. That might be the most action-packed first-round game of all of them. Yeah, that is going to be unbelievable.
I will say this, by the way, Anthony Manzano's got a great point, and I think the athletic director for Notre Dame, and I'm going to say it for you, he's a big baby, is screwing their own young players by taking them out of the ball game because they're upset they didn't make the playoffs. I mean, that's ridiculous. And if that was a team notion, then they need to get ready for that really strong schedule next year that they've got, who they play nobody.
Not only that, what kind of message does that send as well moving forward? Because
take their ball and go home.
You take your ball and go home, and it's like, look, you've been favored all this time. You've been ridiculed because of your schedule. You went 0-2. You got unfairly ranked. You beat a bunch of teams that, quite frankly, you should have beat. This would have been your opportunity to kind of, shut the naysayers up because you're going to draw a good team in the bowl game. And if you can beat them, that kind of springboards you going into next season, with a little momentum and a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. So I agree with that. I think skipping that bowl game and literally telling your players, well, you know what, you want to put us in? Okay, screw you. We're not playing a bowl game. What kind of message does that send? I thought that was a mistake.
That's a big mistake, man.
Well, and then you know what? They could have cried. They could have cried wolf and really beaten somebody in the bowl game, and maybe gotten maybe 50 coaches to give them the coaches trophy if that still exists.
I guarantee you.
Yep.
That I forgot which one it is, but Texas and Michigan. I guarantee you.
Citrus Bowl.
The Citrus Bowl.
That's the Citrus Bowl.
If Arch can come out and Arch can be, not a liability, watch what Texas does Michigan.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you this, the Gator Bowl was pissed. So was the Pop-Tarts Bowl. The little mascot tossed those two Pop-Tarts in the air. We didn't get Notre Dame. They wanted Notre Dame against BYU, the two teams that were out. They wanted, and that couldn't happen.
Hey, the Citrus Bowl, Texas, you saw Texas. They weren't happy about not being in the playoff, but they're geeked about going to Orlando to play Michigan.
Yep.
Vanderbilt is geeked. They didn't get in. They're geeked about going to Tampa. This is the biggest bowl game they've ever been in, and they're going to go play Iowa. They're going to destroy Iowa.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you this, like, Kerry, I see what you meant about Mendoza and so forth like that. If I had a vote right now, honestly, can I tell you this? Mendoza might get this Heisman Trophy because he is the quarterback on the number one team in the country. I'm not trying to dismiss that, but I will say this. You look at what Diego Pavia has done for Vanderbilt and the numbers he's put up, though, and the tougher schedule. I mean, I'm going to argue this, guys. What's Indiana and Ohio State's record if they played the schedule Vanderbilt or Alabama played this year? Or can I even throw this out there? What is Notre Dame's record if they played Vanderbilt or Alabama's schedule? I'll even throw Texas's schedule out there.
I understand the love for Pavia and the respect. I give it to him. But here's my thing in the bottom line. Peyton Manning didn't win a Heisman Trophy. Do you really think they're going to let a Vanderbilt guy win the Heisman Trophy before a Tennessee guy winning the Heisman Trophy? What, you want to talk about the ultimate insult to Tennessee football?
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, well, I'm gonna tell you.
That
I'm gonna say
would basically set they would set
what about
Nashville
last
on
year?
fire.
What about last year though? The numbers that Cam Ward put up were legendary, and he finished fourth. What a cock slap in the face to
What a
Cam
joke.
Ward. I mean, that was a cock slap in the face to that
what
guy.
a joke that
honestly.
was.
So,
He
all right,
shouldn't have
guys,
finished
I've
fourth.
promised. I'm putting the link up right now. It's first come, first serve. 5 minutes. So let me get it up there. It's coming in the chat box right now. So again, I'm in the order that they're there. You will get to speak your piece. It's there. Let me get it out there. Hold on 1 second. Let's see here real quick. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Yeah, Stallions, Anthony Manzano goes, Stallion FEI combines the overall offensive and defensive efficiency, strength of schedule, and strength of record. Thank you. I just wanted to know what that was. So, okay, so it takes everything.
I didn't know what that was either. That's good.
That's good. That's good. That's important. That's important to know. So, yeah. A preparation standpoint, don't tell me that I haven't forgotten about Beck not knowing the defense comment. Yep, absolutely. So, yep. Chris Kane, what's up, my brother? 4 games until we're back on top. Take 1 game at a time. Absolutely. Let me see here real quick.
Hey, think about this. This could be the Carson Beck revenge tour.
It could be.
Let's think about this.
Yes,
this could be the Carson Beck revenge tour.
Yeah,
Texas A&M, Ohio State, and whoever's in the semifinal. In fact, this could be the revenge tour for Carson Beck. This could be getting him back into the first round as an NFL draft pick.
Thank you, Eric. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Real quick, remember Notre Dame lost by 1-8. Shannon Dawson and the offense to be on point. A&M struggles on offense, but is comparable to us. The defenses are very comparable. We need to be ready. You're absolutely right, Guy. I mean, they cannot come in there unprepared, but this is what I've argued on Real Talk, on You Talk, on any other show that I've been on. Forbid the big games that Miami's not been prepared for under Mario. It's the small
games.
And here's the other thing, too. I'm very going to be intrigued of who calls this game. Is this going to be a smaller conference going to be calling this game? Is this going to be Big 10? Is this going to be Big 12? It can't be ACC or SEC in this function. So it's going to be very interesting which officiating crew and how they're going to call it, knowing that these are 2 physical teams. So that's going to be the intangibles. We also don't know what the weather's going to be like and so forth. So these are all things that need to also be talked about. And apparently the line opened up at 5.5. Anthony, you're going to get 5 minutes. You're going to come on here in a second. But the line is now actually 3.5 from what I understand.
Because A&M's the home team. And I think it'll be big. And I think it'll be a Big 12 crew. I'm looking at region geographics, and Ole Miss and Tulane will probably be an ACC. I'm thinking that James Madison. Who's James Madison got? Oregon. That'll be either Big 10 or a Big 12. That might be a Big 12 officiating crew. SEC will probably get the other game. Yeah. SEC officiating crew will not be involved probably until the second round, if anything. Yeah. So, all right. Well, Anthony, you got on first, by the way. So, without further ado, you've got 5 minutes. Welcome to Stallion Speaks. Let me give you the proper thing. Anthony, speak your piece.
Hi, Kerry. Nice talking to a Tennessee fan. I've never talked to any Tennessee fans before.
Nice to talk to you.
Like, it feels like I can talk to you about football. I can't do that with Bama or Georgia fans. They're so arrogant, honestly.
Exactly. I agree with that statement. I got family members that are Alabama fans, and I can't talk to them either. So,
and honestly, I think I agree with whoever said we have to be ready. But Texas A&M, if you shut down Marcel Reed, who else on that offense can beat you?
Yep.
Well, they got a great running back, Ruben Owens. Yeah. Concepcion, who beat us a couple years ago at NC State.
No, that's what I'm saying.
And Owens too. So Owens was a running back Mario really wanted a couple years ago. That's their stud.
And I agree with our defenses are about even. I think we're 3 and 7. I think they're we're ranked number 3, and I think they're ranked number like 6 or 7 in the defensive. We're in the top. Both of us are in the top 10. Uh, like I said, my dream scenario is we beat A&M, we beat Ohio State, we beat
Georgia would be the
Georgia,
next, yeah.
and then Tech.
So play Texas Tech that comes out from the top bracket in Miami. So okay.
No, because honestly, I still think Indiana gets they get eliminated.
Indiana gets the winner of Oklahoma and Bama in the second round.
And I think they get off.
I think, and honestly, I feel that they get upset by Bama or Oklahoma, no matter who wins that game, because they're going to prove a point that I think one of those two teams is going to want to prove a point that Indiana is overrated. They shouldn't be number 1 and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this about that possibility. It is there, but there has to be a low scoring game. They can't get in. Both of those teams can't get in a shootout with Indiana. Indiana will blow the doors off of them.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them.
And I have a question for all 3 of you. Actually, realistically, for all 3 of you, like, do you guys agree with me that Notre Dame got screwed? Kind of like Bama should never have been in. Like, I understand they were never gonna drop Bama out, but Bama should, after booking in, like I said, they bookended their season with 2 horrible losses. And I agree with you, Stallion. Georgia let the dogs off. I think if they were blown out by like 50 or 60 points, the game, Bama wouldn't have been in, no matter if they're the SEC. And I think Texas Tech wanted to prove a point that BYU was not in their league. Did you see how badly they blew out BYU? Was it BYU? Right?
Yeah, twice now. Twice in the
last 5 weeks.
Yeah. I'm going to say this. I'll answer first, and then you guys go. I don't think Notre Dame got screwed per se, and I'm going to tell you why. They have had ample opportunity, Anthony, to join a conference for years. They were warned about this, okay? Number 2, I would argue that their schedule was such a joke with they have not renewed the contracts with the traditional powers that they have wanted to face for years now. Michigan, they don't play them anymore. They kept Purdue on the schedule, which makes no sense. They don't even play Michigan State anymore, okay? Not that Michigan State's a world beater, but I'm just saying that they've gotten rid of that game. There's now even talk that they're not even going to play USC. This was the last USC Notre Dame game, so think about that as well. And if you look at Notre Dame's schedule next year, now they've used this little backdoor bullshit they came up with today that if they're one of the top 12 teams and with that Swiss cheese schedule, they will be in. And I mean, it's just a crybaby thing. And truth be told, I'll give you a team that really had been even shakier
BYU
than Alabama. They got in. And in my opinion, we're going to see about them. Ole Miss better pull their part because that's not the Lane Kiffin Ole Miss, okay? I know that they've got this Ole Miss guy that's their defensive coordinator and blah, blah, blah. But if it gets really tight, that second game, I would have much rather had Lane Kiffin on the headset than Charlie Weiss Jr. I'm just going to throw that out there. And last point, if any team looked even worse than Alabama did this entire last month, it's Oklahoma, who has no offense and is damn lucky to even be where they're at. I mean, yes, they did get the win head-to-head to Alabama. I get that. I'll give them all the credit in the world. But you got to give Alabama credit for going down to Athens 10 weeks ago and beating Georgia. And Georgia finally got that monkey off their back to beat Alabama in the SEC title game. That took a lot yesterday. But that's
Kerry, I don't want to offend you. You're an SEC guy yourself. But I feel the SEC is the most overhyped conference, to be honest. You're an SEC guy, you're a Tennessee guy, of course. But I feel the conference gets way overhyped by the media. Am I being harsh?
No, you're not being harsh, but I don't think they're being overhyped. Because in that conference alone, you saw how tough the road games were for a lot of the favorites this year. A lot of the favorites struggled in the road games against the lower part of the SEC. And I think the SEC is tougher than the Big Ten for that very reason. I look at the Big Ten and I see teams like Purdue, Michigan State, and that they didn't throw up much opposition. Florida, 3-8 Florida team clearly beat Texas on the field.
But they lost to Florida State.
Yeah, they lost to Florida State. No, they beat
Florida State.
No, they beat
They
Florida
whipped
State.
Florida State. Yeah, they got
Oh,
whipped.
I thought they
beat the
lost
hell out
Florida
of
State.
No,
Florida got whipped
beat
by
the shit out of
Tennessee and
Florida State.
Kentucky. Yeah,
Florida,
Florida got whipped by Tennessee and Kentucky. So
Texas, I'll give Texas as a prime example. Texas lost to Florida. Kentucky struggled. They struggled with Kentucky. Tennessee goes to Kentucky next week and beats them by 21. Tennessee beats Florida by 20. Texas loses to Florida. The bottom league of the SEC was as tough as the top league. And to answer your first question about Notre Dame, no, they didn't get screwed. They didn't win the games they were supposed to win. And James, and I'll go even farther with James on the schedule this year. Boise State and Syracuse.
Shameful.
Really?
Shameful.
Syracuse? They
Shameful.
put 70 on Syracuse.
Yeah.
Hell,
Yeah.
there were teams. UConn beat Syracuse. UConn almost beat Syracuse.
Boston College beat Syracuse, and Boston College is terrible.
And they only won 4 games.
Honestly, I think, and I said this, the Navy game to me is a little bit suspicious because I think most of their points were in the fourth quarter because they barely scored anything the first 3 quarters. Navy dominated them the whole game.
Yeah.
If you actually watch.
Yep.
Let me ask you this, Anthony. I'm going to give you a minute and a half to finish up. I'm going to ask you this question back. Give Alabama and Miami Notre Dame's schedule. What's the record?
12-0.
Both of them.
Yeah, 12-0.
There's your answer. That's your answer right there. If Alabama and Miami had Notre Dame's schedule right now, and what I'm saying is A&M has to go to Miami. We've already seen that song and dance, and that was with a way less talented Miami team 2 years ago. And Alabama has shown that they can handle A&M minus the 1 year they had Johnny Manziel, because that's what got Jimbo Fisher fired too. Correct. So that's all I'm saying. So yeah, but
and oh shit, sorry. I'm still dealing with like a flu.
You're good, man. You got a minute and a half. Go ahead. So
okay. This is where like I said, I agree with you, Stallion. That's a crybaby thing to do. You're screwing your players because you're upset. Really? Well, and I agree with you, Larry. What precedent does that set? Mm-hmm. What precedent does that set to what culture are you going to set in the locker room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you don't get what you want, just
take your ball and go home.
Yeah, take your ball and go home. And to be honest,
I'll give you your last minute. I'll give you your last minute, Anthony. What about this? How about the fact that why doesn't Notre Dame have their 2 nuts and Dick and play Vanderbilt and Diego Pavia, or Texas and Arch Manning? You know, I know that they've got but let me ask you this. Would those bowl games have been set with the opportunity that they could have played Notre Dame, in the Gator Bowl or something? That would have been an electric damn match.
Can those bowl games sue Notre Dame for doing that?
Well, I'll tell you this. The Big 12 sued Iowa State and Kansas State for not going because they lost the revenue. So they have actually fined Kansas State and Iowa State
each.
$100,000 each, because guess who got that money? Mississippi State, a 5-7 Mississippi State, got invited to take their spot because the Big 12 did not have the allotment to go. And so the SEC has now gotten extra money because 2 teams from the Big 12, a coach that's retiring because he cried and gave up. All right. I mean, it's ridiculous. And Colin Klein has to get ready for Miami now before he takes the Kansas State job. And Iowa State just lost Matt Campbell. And you mean to tell me that
that's a good hire, honestly. I like that hire.
That's a great hire.
It was a great hire. But why doesn't Iowa State assistant coach take over and let those boys for the damn season they had? That's not fair.
Exactly.
That's not. And I don't know why they agree to that.
Why don't, this is an honest question, why doesn't, if the NCAA still had, still had not like tentacles or like pincers, can they find can they actually find the conferences for their teams doing this?
They can't. That's why it's all discretionary to the conferences. You see, that's the problem. The NCAA is all bark and no bite. That's what everybody needs to understand. There's no leadership. And it's even worse at the college basketball level. Okay? So what I'm saying is, they have no power anymore. And realistically, until they assign somebody that has a set of nuts that can really govern and make sure that you're not going to be sued by everybody, that window of opportunity is gone. And that's why, you're not going to prevent a kid from leaving and transferring wherever they want when a coach can literally go whenever they want and get fired.
And Stallion, I disagree with you because I've seen rumors with this private equity firm buying the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan and USC are trying to go independent because they don't want to be paying the same. They don't want to be paying the same as the bottom feeders in the conference who are not like that are basically always losing and stuff like that. So they want to leave and go independent. And I think that would be a good thing for Miami and for you guys. If Miami goes independent, what network would actually sign Miami to have their own media deal with Miami?
I'll tell you one thing, TNT would do it. I think that HBO Max would jump on it. TNT's throwing some money around. They're getting some really big college basketball games since they lost the NBA. HBO Max, I think Paramount would want
How about USA?
to in there. USA Network could get in there, but they're part of NBC.
You got to remember
TNT has the Big 12 network. They've got a lot of the Big 12 games and the Pac-12 and the soon-to-be Pac-10.
Go ahead, Larry.
I was going to say CBS, but they have the
keep
SEC
in mind as well. If Miami were to go independent to get that TV deal, they're going to have to show a network that they're worth investing in. So this playoff run here and subsequent seasons after would really show potential networks, hey, this might be something for the long run. If Miami can get a national championship and they go independent, they're getting picked up.
Anthony, and I'm going to let you go after I just answer this real quick, and I'm going to let you go and thank you and come back next week. We'll be back next Sunday. But I will say this also, to go on Larry's point, watch what the basketball team with Jai Lucas is doing right now. They had a big upset win on the road against Ole Miss in the ACC SEC Challenge. They have to do well in the other sports as well to get that contract, especially ACC, especially the baseball team too, that was once a power, and it looks like they're trying to come back there. But again, you've got to be big in all sports to make it independently. But come back next week and get better soon, brother, okay? And I'm going to have to let you go out of the studio. Soon, get back in the chat because I got to make room for these other guys. All right, thanks, man. Let's see here. Jay, I saw you, bud, and I'm not going to let you go. Jay, welcome to Stallion Speaks. Thank you for hanging on. You've got 5 minutes, brother. Speak your piece, man.
What's happening? What's happening? You talk. I'll be on your thing. I ain't see you this Sunday. You talk. What's going on, brother?
He was on vacation.
I was on vacation, so I took a little break.
Been thinking something wrong with my notification. There you go. How you doing that, man?
Hey, listen, we got the Jeffersons. We got the Jeffersons in place of all of the family. All of the family is on a rerun episode. This is Jeffersons tonight. So here we go. So,
hey, man.
Different world, baby.
This is a surreal moment. I just want to say that right is right and wrong is wrong, and God don't like ugly. Rules are put in place to be followed, and this team deserves another chance. Head-to-head matters, and know what? No matter what nobody say, this Miami team is hungry. And I don't know if anybody else sees it, but you give a bunch of South Florida kids a chance, or we gonna show up. I promise you, we gonna show up. As I tell my cousin used to play for UM in 2017 and 2020. Me and him was talking today, and I told him, I said, bro, can you imagine Ruben Bain and Mesdor coming off the edge? Can you guys understand that? I told him, I said, we played 3 running quarterbacks this year. We played Byron Brown from USF. We contained him. We played the Pitt one. We contained him. I think we played Castellanos, FSU. We contained him. I'm not worrying about Marcel Reed. My only X factor for this game, I'm kind of upset because we're not going to get back Keontae Scott. He's 50-50 right now. But as I tell people right now, is that if we can go up to FSU and beat FSU, we can go to Cal Field and beat Texas A&M. I'm not scared of no effing Texas A&M. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I'm not scared of Ohio State. Ohio State showed me when they play another physical team, they don't like that shit.
That's right.
They don't like that shit. And I'm telling you right now, Miami, I'm telling you, bro, the one thing I'm happy that Mario did is that you played these freshmen early. Now they got game time experience. So Pringle won't be shocked.
Malachi.
Malachi won't be shocked. No, I already know. I don't got to worry about Malachi. He been showing up
Joe.
since
Yeah,
Harry.
Upshaw.
JoJo, and
Yeah,
you know what's
Moore,
crazy?
Josh Moore. Yeah.
And I said this today. I said you got CJ, you got Malachi, but I feel sorry for that third cornerback going against Miami receiver
Mhm.
because you can either put JoJo in the slot, you could put Malachi in the slot. They're gonna attach all their attention to Malachi. You don't know what Malachi is gonna do while he's on the field. He could play receiver. Shit, you might see Dawson throw him at running back.
You're
You don't
right.
know what he's going to do. Dawson, you never made it this far. Now you made it this far. Show out. Show the fuck out. Don't
Mhm.
leave no points on. I want you to 42-10 these niggas to get the fuck up out of Kyle Field. 42-10 these niggas.
Yeah.
They don't need to be hanging with us. I'm telling you right now.
Facts.
I am and another thing, OJ, play back. If Mario Carver is very twitchy, he's very quick. Play
Mhm.
back, give him space. Do not bite on double routes. Do
Mhm.
not bite. Stay disciplined. Another thing, Torre, look for the holes before just running in there.
Oh yeah, the
Look for
linebacker
the
play.
holes before running in there.
I'm going to tell you this: the linebacker play for Miami has been the Achilles heel all year long. But I will tell you this: I really that between you and I, that and I really believe this. Really think with all my heart that Keontae Scott will be ready to go. That's what I heard. He will be ready to go, and he's been the heart and soul for Miami on defense all year before he got hurt.
We got 2 weeks to, and I'm hoping he's ready because honestly, I love Bryce Fitzgerald a lot, but he's just more natural back there at safety.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna he's just a natural, like a ball hawk. And I said this to myself. I said, if we are tied up and we need a turnover to seal the game, I wouldn't mind Bryce Fitzgerald just ending it off, knee it, and get up out of Kyle Field. Miami is ready. Miami is hungry. And I'm telling you, these kids, Ruben Bain, his final going out with a bang. Going out with a bang. Mesidor going out with a bang. You give these kids the opportunity. This all they want. Carson Beck, another X factor, like I said, if you can pick up the blitz, you're going to win the game.
Yep.
Pick up the blitz. They're gonna review Louisville the tape, and they're gonna be like, okay, we pressing him or whatever the case may be. Look at your mistakes. I have no doubt in mind Corey Heatherman is gonna have his defense ready. Jason Taylor's gonna have the defensive line ready. And another thing, y'all boys,
1
man,
minute,
give
Jay.
Ahmad Moten his flowers.
Yes.
Ahmad Moten been a dog all year long. Stars don't matter. He was a 3-star coming out of Ramadan. That's a player who never left. That's a player who didn't transfer. That's a player who stayed and got developed. And now he could probably be a 3rd-round pick to feed his family, man. I have no question. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. Miami 42-10. The committee fucked up. You let us in, you fucked up. You fucked all the way up. 42-10. Ohio State, I want your head. I'm not scared of Jeremiah Smith. I'm not scared of Jeremiah Smith. Indiana can't fuck with us. We already knocked out Mendoza one time.
Go.
We gonna knock him out again. You run the ball, we gonna fuck you up. I'm not worrying about nobody. I'm not even worrying about Georgia. You gotta come see us. You gotta come see us. We got the best D-line and the best O-line. You gotta come see. You gotta show me you gonna run us over. You gotta show me you're gonna run it. So I don't fear Ohio State. Ohio State this year showed me, you know what? When they played Michigan, low scoring game. When they played Indiana, low scoring game. Sayon doesn't show me nothing spectacular. That quarterback is an average quarterback. He is an average quarterback. Bain is gonna live in that backfield. Mark my words. And I'm gonna leave it off as this. You better hope they don't call holding calls. They better call them holding calls because you're going to have to hold. And if you double team one, you leave one open, it's going to be a sack fest in that motherfucker. Watch what I tell you. Miami 305 to the deathbed, and I'm gone, man.
I love Jay.
I love Jay, man. That's how I
good.
sound when I go on these other shows that I go. I like it, man. I like it.
Jay's
I gotta
good.
get my guy Jay, man. Shouts out to Jay. He calls up on our recap show on You Talk every Sunday, man. Jay is one of my favorite calls. Jay,
Does he
gotta
bring
be
it?
related.
Does he
You gotta
does he
be
bring it with you, Larry? Does he bring it
what?
with you guys? Does he bring it with you, brother?
Bro, you just got a taste test, a
That's
sample.
A
awesome.
little bit. So,
That's
Jay definitely
awesome.
need to check. He needs to
yeah.
check the ancestry.com because he's definitely related to Ed Reed and Ray Lewis some kind of way.
There
There's some
you go.
relation there, man.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. That's
Well, we got
awesome, man.
Lickerdale, who's been waiting patiently. Lickerdale, thank you so much for holding, brother. Welcome to the show.
Kyle, Stallion, my guy.
Listen, I'm unmuting you. Welcome to the Stallion Speaks. Brother, speak your piece.
I damn sure been waiting patiently. I damn sure been click off your shit. Cause some of you guys talking horse shit, believe it or not. And I'm gonna start off with the horse shit with this SEC guy you got on there. First of all, they stacked y'all fucking conference from the day one. That's why all y'all guys stayed stacked up in this motherfucker the whole goddamn season. Most of your teams are bottom feeders. Besides Georgia, everybody else is beatable. Everybody's beatable besides Georgia, and Georgia beatable too. It just so happened the DC has some other coaches goddamn numbered. That's why. Mm-hmm. Alabama got a West Coast goddamn coordinator and coach. He haven't even adjusted to the SEC yet. He don't even have an SEC team. He don't even know how to coach with these diva type of players he has, and he don't even know how to be aggressive against the SEC coaches. Mm-hmm. So they still behind the 8 ball when it comes to the coaching side. So I already knew Alabama gonna be Alabama.
Lickerdale, I'm pausing you at 4 minutes. Can I ask you something real quick? Because I just want to ask you something real quick. What about Ole Miss? Is it going to be a difference between the Lane Kiffin Ole Miss we saw all year, and what we're going to see with this Golden guy in the playoffs? Fuck game 1. That's going to be a mulligan. I'm talking about game 2. What's your thoughts? I'm just asking.
Game 2.
First of all, the head coach is the face of your team. All right. Number 2.
Yeah.
He's the primary game caller. I don't give a damn what the other dude's doing.
Charlie Washington.
But he's going. He's trolling goddamn Lane Kiffin. All right. Mm-hmm. Lane Kiffin is this guy might be the quote unquote Mario in-game decision fuck up. Mm-hmm. He can easily be that guy now.
Right.
Okay. Lane Kiffin there to patrol all that. Mm-hmm. Their defense been suspect the whole fucking season.
Okay. Fair.
Because most teams that they play against know they got to put 1,000 points up, so it kind of throws their fucking game plan off from the jump. All right. But the SEC, like I say, is over fucking rated. It's always been top heavy since when Nick Saban was there. And they put all y'all teams in the top fucking 10 from the jump. If they did that shit properly from game 1, you wouldn't have all these SEC teams. And they had been forecasting the whole season that SEC wanted 4 to 5 teams in the fucking playoffs from the jump. Mm-hmm. So I already knew Alabama or somebody will slip in there. All right. Yeah. And then can I say this real quick?
I just interrupt? Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're the SEC guy.
I'm not just an SEC guy. I'm also a college football guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
And second of all, I can't put the Big Ten up there because Big Ten's just as bottom. Is just as crap as that bottom part of the SEC.
I ain't saying shit about no Big Ten.
Well, you're bringing up the SEC. You gotta have some comparison. Got to have some comparison, man.
The Big Ten has always been on the 3 teams.
Yeah.
And came out of nowhere.
I want to give some credit to my brother Eric Carroll up in New York. He's a big Miami fan, but he just wanted to point this out. The 5 stars per conference. Got to give it. SEC's got 76, Big Ten's 32, ACC 15, Big 12's 5 right now of the Power 4. Just throwing that out there. So
they got the most talent. You know, I'm from Miami. I'm down this way. Sure. So I know a lot of the kids want to go to the SEC. Why? Because they got a big market. They want to be seen on TV, and and they pay the money.
And the crowds are unbelievable. I mean, you got to.
If they don't have that stuff, don't know nobody go to the SEC. It's all about the money, and they seen on TV. It's not that the teams are better than everybody. It's all about down here. It's all about the money down here. It's all about money down here.
Oh yeah.
But let me say this. And I said this before, and I'm gonna reiterate it right here. That is why when you get to the preseason polls and the AP has all of these teams ranked in the preseason, I'm strong about this. Let's do away with the AP poll for the first month of the season.
Because
obviously the
I've
AP
always been that way.
Yeah. Yes, the AP predicates all of this foolishness. Now, keep the coaches
Yeah.
poll because you have to have rankings to hype up the matchups. But if you
Mhm.
don't have an AP poll where you're unfairly
We
ranking
don't
these
have this
teams,
issue. We
you don't have this issue at the end of the year because after the first month of the season, guess what? LSU's not starting off in the top 5 and getting
Exactly.
exposed.
Larry, can I throw
guess what?
something out there? And Lickerdale, you still got 3 minutes, so this isn't going to be on your time, by the way. I also want to throw this out there, Larry.
I got 4 minutes.
You got 4 minutes. All right. So here's the deal. But truth be told, I will throw this out there. The fact of the matter is that Eric also brought to get rid of the AP poll. Eric also said show bullshit. I mean, because realistically, you should just have like the metrics and just let them just have this final one. Let it play out, and then you rank the final 10
Exactly.
in whatever you're going to do.
Or why not start the CFP rankings a month earlier? Let's not even have an AP. Go a month with coaches rankings because you have to hype up number 1 versus number 2.
Yeah.
Well, for fun's sake, you got a month to see who looks like what. And then the beginning of October,
Exactly.
let's
Start
go
the
up with CFP rankings
go
right
CFP from October on.
Can I ask you
Solve a lot
guys
of
something?
issues.
And
Solve a lot
Lickerdale,
of
I want
problems.
your opinion on this. When they actually, I want to give Gary Furman some props for Kane Sport. I know he's a Homer Miami guy, but here's the thing. I want this out there. What the fuck does MTSU athletic director being one of the 12? Why is MTSU's athletic director one of the 12 people on this college football playoff committee? Because we talked about that last week. Kerry, go ahead. I mean, why is this motherfucker on there?
That has been my biggest thing on this competition, on this committee. This committee should be nothing more than ex-football players that are Hall of Famers and coaches.
Correct.
Yes.
Or administrators that have played football, like the Roy Kramer that passed away recently.
Rest in peace.
He would have been. He's the reason, really, that all this began. But football players and ex-coaches, there are a lot of ex-coaches that have won national titles that have been through this, and ex-players that would be great for it because they know football. This is not about business. This is not about money. This is about football. They could pick the 12 best teams.
Remember that's how what's that poll they had back in 2000? What's the one that
the BCS with the computers?
That's how the BCS used
I
to
hate
be,
the
former
computers.
coaches.
I hate the computer. The computer screwed that up more than
it was
anything
computer
else.
and coaches.
And I hated the
computer at the end.
And they used 3 different computers. If you remember, there were 3 computers, and it was like, who's feeding the information? Lickerdale, let me ask you something, because there's one thing that I want those that have already been on, if they can chime in on the chat, because it was something that I really wanted to raise up more than anything, is the fact that we've got this 2 group of 5 schools in, and like Guy Man said, these 2 schools are already 17.5-point underdogs. Lickerdale, if any 2 teams to replace these 2 motherfuckers with to play Oregon and Ole Miss respectively, who would it be? Larry, you as well. Chat box, Kerry, go.
I feel like I said in the chat, okay, Duke 8-5 now. You know, they was 7-5 the other day. All right.
Sure.
They won their fucking conference.
Yeah.
Duke should have got in.
No.
I understand.
He's answering. You'll go next. You'll go. I'll let him answer.
I understand. You say no. I understand that because they things suck. But however, if they did the shit the right way, they did it the right way. And Miami would have had all this chaos with this Notre Dame, this better team, this and that, and Miami getting in at because Miami got in at large. They didn't get in with as the ACC.
Correct.
When it first started off, the Power Four used to be the Power Four. The 4 conference championships is automatic bid. So I feel that Duke got screwed. We getting away from the record. I'm taking the hurricane glasses off.
Okay.
I'm saying Duke should have got in because they won their conference, regardless of the records. Now I know the ACC fucked it up because they should have stayed on. They should have stayed on cue. How they started. The highest teams in the conference should have played for the championship.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, and the CFP bailed out the ACC assholes. They really did. CFP
messed
bailed
that
out
up.
the ACC assholes.
Duke should have got in because Miami didn't screw Duke.
No, they didn't even play Duke.
No. This year they
Miami
didn't. Which was weird.
Miami got in on at-large bid. If Miami don't beat Notre Dame and have a decent schedule, the ACC don't have nobody in.
You're right.
But I really think that if Miami wouldn't have been so high ranking like they was and vibing, trending like they was, I think that the ACC at the end of the day probably would have had Miami playing for that championship.
Yeah, if they had done it the right way, take out this crap about tiebreakers and that. But Miami, the better ACC championship game would have been Miami versus
Because they
Virginia
wanted
or
somebody
Georgia
in the ACC
Tech.
in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They already knew Miami. If it played out at Miami, like you said, Frank, if Miami handled their business, they're gonna get in.
They'll get in.
Let me ask you this. The preface of the college football committee since they got away from the BCS was what? To find the best previously the 4 best teams and now the 12 best teams, correct?
Right.
So let me ask you this. Who's a better team, Duke or Vandy?
I think Vandy is.
Okay. Who's a better team, Notre Dame or Duke?
I want to say by optics, Notre Dame.
Okay. Who's a better team, Texas or Duke?
By optics, Texas.
Okay. So that
But
being
they got to play
said,
it on the field, though.
there you go. So that being said, that's why I was pushing back on Duke going in as a conference champion. If we're looking for the 12 best teams, it don't matter if you win the conference. If you win the conference and you're better than an at-large, then yes, you should get in.
Right.
But in this case, I'll be honest with you. My two, honestly, I'm going with Notre Dame and I'm going with Vandy. I think Notre Dame and Vandy would be better matchups than JMU and Tulane. Because to me, when you have this rule that the 12 teams, the 12 college playoff teams, it's 12 best, well, guess what? You're contradicting that statement by putting in 2 group of 5 teams. It's bullshit. Right. So at the end of the day, I look at it like this. Notre Dame, they just signed this bullshit agreement where next year, if they're in the top 12, they automatically in. Well, you know what? That should have went this year. Guess what? Notre Dame is an independent. If you're in the top 12, I would much rather see Notre Dame matched up against either Oregon or Ole Miss than JMU or Tulane. Notre Dame absolutely got in there. I would much rather see Vanderbilt, who Vanderbilt was an eyelash away from coming back and beating Alabama. They just had that slow start.
And Texas. Texas.
Don't forget Texas.
Diego Pavia. He's a damn, and they just beat Tennessee in the rivalry game. I mean,
their offense has been fun to watch. I'd rather watch Vanderbilt's offense than fucking Oklahoma's bullshit offense.
Oh, God,
right now.
Yes.
God. Hell, I'd rather watch Texas's offense than
That's
Oklahoma.
true. And I never thought I'd say that.
My God.
All right, before y'all snatch my time away, let me move on.
No, you still got 3 minutes. Go ahead.
We're moving on. Okay. I got to fix me another drink. Y'all stepping on my time. I had to go back to the garage, man.
No, you got 3 minutes. Go ahead. So,
good job. First of all, good job by Miami. Holding down the last two games, and like we said last week or week before last, we think that Mario, he might be on to something now, especially at the end of that game. Like I say, he's like, hell yeah, let's run these motherfuckers out.
He's really been talking this week. Keep going though. Yeah,
I think Mario on to something. So the thing is that now when we get into this playoff, I ain't finna go off like Jay. I'll let Jay do his thing. I ain't gonna step on Jay's toes. Jay did enough tonight. Hey, Frank. Jay is the old me from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
The mantra. So the man.
But the thing is that Ohio State and Indiana. Indiana's a fraud team to me. They really fraud to me. Ohio State, they fraud as well. But I know that kid, when I seen his ass when he was 9 years old.
Who, Mendoza?
When he was a man above mom boys, when he was 9 years old, I knew he was special. That's Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith.
Him and JoJo Trader, they were on the same team. You know what I'm saying? I know them guys when they were kids. All right. But the thing is that what hurts Ohio State this year compared to the previous years, they normally got 5 number 1 draft picks at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This year, they might have had one in the possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I know the guy Ennis. I've been knowing him ever he's a kid too. You know what I'm saying? The number one. Been knowing him as a kid too. And he's a good high school player, but I think he done bought his time. I think he done outgrew his time when he got to college.
I'm surprised he hasn't done better, Lickerdale. You know that, honestly.
Right.
I am too. I'm
You remember how much that Mario wanted
yeah,
him in that first class? Keep going.
Yeah, he outgrew his time. You know what I'm saying? He was, you have a guy that, damn, he was, I'm pretty sure y'all guys seen kids back when they was in little league and high school, as soon as they get to college, damn, you know what? This is he up to his ceiling now. He can't get no better. But I tell you this, Jeremiah Smith, I'm telling you, man, Jeremiah Smith is the real Jeremiah Smith is LeBron James of fucking college football. He been LeBron James on every year since I seen him at 9 years old. He been the LeBron James ever since. But however, he don't have that juggernaut robbing with him. Now he's a good number one guy, but he don't have that game breaker number two guy that's consistent with it.
I'd even argue their running game is not as good as last year. They had two guys drafted last year. The running game,
they got a freshman come in running the ball. And the only thing he can do is run outside. He got the speed.
Nah, Henderson was a much better back last year.
Was
right, because he was
a backup receiver. You don't think that backup?
Cornell?
Tate's not bad, but he's just not.
He's not that guy. Like I say, they normally have, when Jeremiah Smith went out there last year, them other three wide receivers was first round draft picks.
Jackson Smith, the Jingba, is just a bad.
Right, he ain't got those.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
He don't have those kind of players that's playing beside him. So that's why his numbers kind of went down.
That's why the last year was the year for them.
He's not on ESPN every day doing all kind of crazy shit. I don't knock him. He's a hometown boy. He's a real deal now. He's a bad boy. Now let me leave Ohio State alone, because I know once that pass rush and that defense go against that offensive line, and like Jay said, when you muscle up that goddamn Ohio State defensive line, that shit plays different. Now let's go to Indiana. Indiana, when they feed off the quarterback play, okay? But however, we already know. Let's not get fooled, Larry Franks and James Freeman. Let's not get fooled. We know he's suspect. We played against him already.
Mendoza.
We don't get fooled behind him. Don't eat the goddamn Indy Fruit Loops. We already know what it is. We had him last year. We just had no fucking defense. We already know. And Ohio State just put a little pressure on him, had him all over the fucking place. So
can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Between him and Diego Pavia, who's your Heisman Trophy winner?
I would give it to the Vanderbilt guy, but you also got to go with the number one team, and he's gonna get the most love.
Okay, all right. Okay.
He's gonna get a love.
And he started out, he started out in a way ahead of Pavia.
Yeah,
right from the jump, from the
jump. Yeah.
So the thing is Indiana is fraud. Now, I knew when they lined up last week, when they lined up the other day, I said, you know what? This game gonna be close, because why? That boy Pons, that number 5 for Indiana, they all play Little League together. They play high school together. That's my homeboy son. So I already know he was gonna match up with Jeremiah Smith. And he was gonna hold his own. Jeremiah Smith got a little lucky bullshit pass, but he ain't all on ESPN right now. And like I said,
he held him out of the end zone. You're right about that.
I'm not gonna take no away from Jeremiah Smith.
That kid's
however, now on top of that, I feel with Miami going against Texas A&M, our D coordinator is gonna be prepared like he's been every fucking week. He ain't let us down yet. All right. And he damn sure need to fucking do it now. Right. Don't do it now, motherfucker. Don't do it now. Now you're paying for your raise now. You cooking for your raise now.
Yep.
All
right.
They gotta play for
so and the thing is with Texas A&M, you can run the ball against them and you can pass, because them motherfuckers play with their DBs 10 yards back too. So Monica, that bubble screen stuff and that fake bubble screen and take it up top, that's just open. All they gotta do is look at the South Carolina game.
Yeah,
They
Lenore
did it all.
Sellers in that first half couldn't miss anything.
He couldn't miss it.
And then the second half, I don't know what the hell happened.
Shane Beamer shit his panties. So I mean, that's what happened.
My
there.
God,
So,
it was a complete
No.
reversal.
What happened is they protected the SEC big time team. That's what the fuck they did. They protect their team.
Yeah. Great point.
Yeah, because I even argued Lickerdale. I said if A&M loses 2 out of the last 3 to South Carolina and Texas, they're out. They're out.
Now,
they're not. Yeah, I mean, so
now A&M, it's not. I don't think it's a good matchup for us. No. I don't think it's a good matchup. Hold on. Let me back it up. Let me reword that. It's not a good matchup for Texas A&M to match up against us.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because the things that we do well, they're not good at.
They're not good at. Yeah, that's why I think it's a great matchup for Miami.
And then on top of that, they got a little 6-foot quarterback that he got to get outside the pocket like a goddamn George Jefferson from Florida State to get the ball off. The little shorty quarterback.
Castellanos.
Castellanos.
He got to get outside and see. And our guys do a good job, like you were saying, Kerry, earlier. Miami did a good job with containing running quarterbacks.
Yep, keep them in the pocket.
And Heatherman's been known about that. Heatherman was known about that at Minnesota last year too.
Yep. Now we'll shift. I know my time going. We'll shift to Ohio State. Ohio State quarterback is not a running quarterback. He might turn into one against us.
He better not.
He might turn into one.
No, he's a pocket pass. He's true pocket passer.
But the thing is, he frees when the rush get in. If you didn't see it, when they blitz, he looked just like Alabama quarterback looked yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
When Georgia blitzed him, Alabama quarterback didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
Those throws were at the feet. Yeah. Those throws were at the feet, man.
And last but not least, before I get off, because I don't want to suck everybody down time. Plus, I'd have fixed me some more grandnephew, baby. To make them run. And I got finals tomorrow. But that's all good. I'd rather be tipsy taking it anyway. Made me stay on my toes better. The thing is that
might score higher too.
You might.
Oh, most definitely. Hey, Frank and Freeman, because I know you guys, we talked Miami all year long the last couple of years. I know Kerry, he called in. He understands college football, so he might feel where I'm coming from. One thing about Mario Cristobal, his teams has always been built from the inside out. All right.
Yeah.
And this is the first year that his trenches is really somewhat on up the par that he want them to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one thing Mario has never had a problem with, as we know, is getting his team ready to play the big time game. And one thing about playing a big time game, he gonna have their ass ready for goddamn Texas A&M, because it's not gonna be a personnel difference like that.
No, this is gonna be
and that's the thing that helps the SEC out a lot is a personnel difference. We healthy now.
Yeah, this is going to
be. If they get Keontae Scott back, that's a big game changer.
Even if Scott ain't back, we still have to. I know we got guys playing behind them guys.
No, Miami's got guys, man.
They've got dudes.
They forgot about Jacoby Thomas. Everybody forgot Jacoby Thomas is an X factor.
Right.
Remember,
and then on top of that, going against Ohio State the next week, because I already know I'm talking to this. We win the first week. Going to the second game, we play Ohio State. Mario know how to get his team up to go into Ohio State and play.
Yes, that's a good point. I forgot
except
he did it already.
It'll be in Jerry's World. It's going to be in Jerry's World. New Year's Eve night, 7:30. That game would be.
It could be Jerry World. It could be Larry World. It could be James Freeman World. I don't give a fuck what world it is. He's probably is going to take a small sample on. Hey, check this out. This is my Oregon team I had. These motherfuckers didn't have this. These motherfuckers didn't have that. And look how we came into. It's the same offense. Mario already know what to face these guys.
Mario had less at Oregon, and he
Then he got
faced more at Ohio State.
And
than his
his
potential
guys
matchup
was
is
hurt.
now.
He had a hurt quarterback. He beat Ohio State with a backup quarterback.
Yes.
Yep, you're right about
Herbert
that.
didn't play that game. He was hurt.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep, and Thibodeau was a little bit banged up too. So yep.
So, anyways, good job, good job, Kane. Hey, first of all, good coverage all season for both of y'all. Frank, you talk. James Freeman, I came in the back end, and Kerry, I'm sure you're doing a good thing too. If you got a podcast going on,
Yeah,
good
his is
job
about to
for
start. His is about to start, but he's been on Rebels with a Cause, doing some things behind the scenes.
Hey, good job. Hey, good job for
yeah.
good job for keeping us posted all season long, every week, man. Keeping us uplifted, giving us something to do every motherfucking day. Some of us look to, because we don't like to look fucking, men, we don't like to watch TV.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We like
this
to
is
watch
now
sports.
therapy hour. This is our therapy hour.
Right.
Every time
Hey,
we're
I
on.
want to thank you guys,
Thank you.
from my heart,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Thank you guys for being bringing that bridge for me, man, to keep my day going every goddamn day,
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And be back next Sunday. We'll be back next Sunday.
I will.
So you bet.
No, we're gonna be doing this shit for the next 4 weeks.
Absolutely.
The next
Real
month.
quick, real
Yeah.
quick.
Hey.
Tuesday
Go
night,
ahead.
man.
Go ahead,
We got
Larry.
on Real Talk. We got a special guest. We got former Kane offensive lineman
Robert Hall. Yep.
He
Oh,
blocked Edgerrin
man.
James in the 90s. He has the jersey
Who?
company. He's the jersey
Robert
plug.
Hall.
Robert Hall, number 77.
77. Yep.
He played from 96 to 99. He blocked for Edgerrin James.
Yep. Scott Covington
Hey,
too.
man,
Blocked for Scott Covington.
real quick, Edgar James, real quick. Hey, I was in Germany, right? I was, of course, y'all know I'm a retired military veteran, man. 23 years, right?
Excuse me.
I was stationed in Germany at the time, and I had to stay up late at night to watch that UCLA game because we all missed it because it was a hurricane early in the season.
That's right.
And I'm like, damn, man, we don't have to go to the field. We don't have to do no training. And damn, they're not even having a fucking game because the fucking hurricane. Fuck, I'm going to miss my fucking team. But weeks down the line, all of a sudden, this UCLA team was beating every fucking body. I was like, who the fuck UCLA? They ain't did shit since the fucking 80s. The fuck?
Yep.
But that boy, Edgar James, by far as I would say, far as an offensive player, and I haven't looked it up because I'm just talking off the side of my neck right now. You guys may know better than me because y'all follow the Canes just like I do, Frank, you and James. But you find me one Miami Hurricane player that y'all can remember right now. I ain't saying right now, I'm just saying just in the head. That had a better game individually than Edgar James had that game.
He still has the rushing record for most yards. It was 297, and the only reason he didn't finish with 302, he lost 5 yards on one of the plays, and Santana Moss got the first down that ultimately won the game on that
That
drive.
was one of the best running back performances I've ever seen.
Yeah, no one's ever touched it. The only
I was saying offensive performance. I ain't saying running. I was saying offensive performance.
Offensive performance. The only thing that even comes close is Willis McGahee's 6 touchdown game against Virginia Tech in 2002.
Right.
That's it.
But the thing is, Willis McGahee, he put the. Yeah, he stat wise he did well, but Edgar James impacted that game so much. He kept them guys on their fucking heels every time he touched the fucking ball. Every time he touched the ball, I just knew like, God damn, this motherfucker here for the first touchdown. If it was 3rd and 8, all he had to do was get a ball to him. They knew he was going to get it because we didn't have shit.
Lickerdale, I'll argue this real quick. If it wasn't because of the scholarship reductions and everything like that, and we could have actually maybe held out Edgerrin in 97, if Edgerrin James comes back at 99, Miami starts a year earlier because they lost Najee Davenport against Ohio State, and you're running James Jackson and 2 freshman running backs in Jarrett Payton and Clinton Portis because you didn't have Edgerrin come back that senior year. Edgerrin took the money and was drafted before Ricky. So
you gotta understand too. You gotta understand this though. James Jackson did play a damn good game against Ohio State.
He did.
He scored the first touchdown. The first time he touched the ball, he took off for a touchdown on the left side. But anyways, I'm gonna get off the horn because I know you're sucking up.
We got a couple others here.
But real quick, just check us out because he actually has a business. He does jerseys. He actually does jerseys for the alumni, and we're gonna have him featured on Tuesday night. We're gonna be featuring his business, so check him out. Check us out.
I will, man. Y'all stay up. Hurricane, you see it.
Yeah.
Change my life, baby.
Chris,
I
come
got
on
all kinds of
now.
shit down
Chris,
there.
come on now. So thank you, bud. Liquor Dale,
All right,
be
bro.
back, brother. Peace.
All right, Karen, big
All
game.
right.
You bet.
Yes, sir.
No, Chris, come back on, bud. Let me get the link for you. I'm sorry, bud. No, we just, like I said, I want to give everybody their fair, and let me go on ahead and put the link back up there for anybody that has it and so forth. So here it is. So that's the link. It's in the chat box. I mean, please come on. Giovanni, you're bringing some heat. I know that my guy, Guy Thompson, is a little bit busy, but, keep doing the thing in the chat. Honestly, Ellen, keep doing it. I don't know where Rocky's at. Is everybody okay? Is Rocky busy? What's he doing? So is he on Gary Furman's show right now? So, but because he's going live as well, and so is Josh Pate, I'm sure. But everybody's going live. But no, I mean, I'm going to say this right now. Larry Frank, to talk about, these matchups. I mean, let's talk about the loser in this of TNT HBO Max. I mean, they've got Tulane at Ole Miss and JMU at Oregon. I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, and not everybody has that cable or HBO Max, and
Right.
I mean,
Right.
wow, the SEC really flexed their muscle getting the three teams right away on ABC and so forth like that. But without further ado, let's bring him on. Hey, welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry you had to wait so long. But Kane, speak your piece, brother.
Patience is a virtue, I'm telling you.
It is.
I'm telling you.
Literally, 22 years we've waited for this moment, brother.
22 years we've waited to get into the playoffs.
Yep.
We've waited to get into the playoffs. We've waited to make some noise, and now we got the opportunity in order to do it. Whenever you mess around and you wake up and you mess with a sleeping giant, whenever you poke a bear and you think that bear is inside the cage, not knowing that their fucking gate is unlocked, now you gonna mess around and get a piece of your ass tore off in front of you. Let me tell you something. They already knew for the fact that they had to let Miami in there. Joey Callaway, let me tell y'all, Galloway, Callaway, Callis, Corn, Bunyan, whatever the fuck your name is. Let me tell your ass something. You are one of the biggest hypocrites that I have ever seen in my life. Your Uncle Tom ass sat up there and you sitting here talking about style points. You sitting here talking about head to head and everything else when it comes to everybody else except for Miami. Because your piss poor ass performance of a football player, you didn't cut it. So therefore, you always got to have some shit against Miami, along with everybody else. I expect that from Kirk Herbstreit. I expect that from you. But then when somebody sits there and they put your stupid ass in your place, then you want to sit up there and you want to act like you, and then you want to sit up there and have your head all held down and all this other kind of shit. No, stand on business, bro. Stand on business. Because when you have Nick Saban that sat there and said that if Miami gets into this playoff, and he said this last week, if we get into this playoff, we're going to be one of the most dangerous teams in the playoffs. Okay? Sorry, but not sorry. Bama should have never been in there. See, let me tell you what they did, and you got to look at what they did. See, when they went against Auburn, and they barely beat a 5-6 Auburn, they went ahead and they moved them forward, right? So that was just the safety net, just in case there's no fuckers left and they lost to Georgia, that they wouldn't be out of the playoffs. Because if they would have left their ass right there where they were at, they would have been out of the playoffs.
That's right.
As they should be now. And to be honest with you, the Lucky Charms and the women of the Lucky Charms and the Ball of the Blind up there in Indianapolis or Indiana, whatever the hell it is, also known as Notre Dame, their ass should be in the damn playoffs as well. To be honest and to be fair, but because of the things that are going on right now, and because everyone that's in the playoff is oh man, what's the word that I'm talking about?
Complacent?
Oh, they're in a conference. They're in a conference. Oh, they're in a conference. I bet your stupid asses will join one now.
Yep.
I bet you'll join one now. Oh, it's not fair.
What they did today, they signed a contract. If we're one of the top 12 and we expand, we expect to be in next year no matter what. And look at their schedule, Chris. It's a fucking joke next year. I could run it through real quick.
It's an
Honestly,
even
You
bigger.
know what? You know what, Stallion? You want to know why their schedule is a joke?
Why is that?
Do you go? Go ahead.
Go
You
ahead.
want to know why their schedule is a joke? Look who we're talking about. They're the
Notre
biggest
Dame.
ass clowns that's in college football.
Yep.
Okay. They're the ones that sat up there that wanted to be independent. They're the ones that didn't want to join a conference. They're the ones that wanted to be the whores of football, jumping from conference to conference to conference to conference. They're the ones that wanted to do that. If you stick your ass inside of a conference that's going to work for you, I would say, honestly, the Big Ten would work for them because of where they're at geographically.
Yep.
So therefore, it's just like if we were independent and we were to go ahead and go to another conference, I would honestly say the SEC because geographically that's where we're at. So that's what would work for us. They have those are the two top ones. Those the Big Ten and the SEC has the most money right now. Okay,
Yep.
And
they're the ones running neck and neck. They're the ones that's controlling everything in the narrative.
Keep your train of your time. Here's what I want to do. I'm going to run through Notre Dame's schedule because there's 2 games that they haven't settled on of the dates. They start out the season Wisconsin in Lambeau Field, the first weekend of next year. They've got the Rice Owls coming to Notre Dame. Then they've got Michigan State coming in with a new coach. Then they're at Purdue, who's fucking awful. Then they go play Bill Belichick and his teeny bopper over in North Carolina. They haven't really settled in the middle of October. It's going to be some combination of at Syracuse, Stanford, and USC, but they finished the year with Navy, the Canes, and Boston College. That is their schedule next year.
Another cupcake schedule.
Yep. And the Miami game's in November. Just go ahead. Go ahead, though. I wanted to tell you that real quick. So, yeah.
And then you wonder why. You're crying and bitching and moaning about it. But let me tell you something. I just want to say this right now. Jay, my brother.
Well, that was some heat.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to add a little bit more to that shit. So understand me when I tell you, see, he brought some shit there to you. I'm going to add on something else. Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody afraid to go to Texas A&M. Nobody. No. I'm going to piggyback off of that. Understand something. Ain't nobody afraid of Georgia. Ain't nobody afraid of Ohio State. Ain't nobody afraid of Indiana. Ain't nobody afraid of Oregon, Ole Piss, none of them other damn teams in this fucking playoff. Because you know why? Because none of you fuckers don't even know what it's like to go against a team, beat a team, and then and then get screwed out of the national championship. You have no idea. And then that team whose ass you whipped went ahead and went against the team that they didn't want to play. They picked them instead and beat the hell out of them. All right. You don't know what it's like to sit up there and that's the first time that you got cheated out of that. You get your championship, then you go back to the championship, and you don't know what it's like for you to get sat there, for you to get a call that was a late ass call that wasn't even a call to get cheated out of your 3P. You don't know what that shit is like. And you don't know what it's like to have to sit there for the last 22 years with all of this anger and an animosity towards everybody that you go against, whether you're involved in it or not. Because let me tell you something. The last time I checked, a hurricane don't pick and choose where it destroys. Mm-hmm. It just lands and it just destroys and it goes. So therefore, like I said, we got 4 games. 4
for immortality
to get back to where we need to be at. We got Texas A&M. We get past them. We go against Ohio State. That's revenge.
Yeah.
They haven't shown me nothing that makes me afraid of them at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Can I tell you this? Can I tell you this real quick? Keep your train of thought, Chris. I'll tell you this. The narrative is there. Like Larry said, and somebody even said it beautifully. This is the U part 3 being written right now. The 30 for 30 is being written right now. But here's the funny thing. here's the funny thing. If you think about it, and yeah, the weather could be interesting, but Miami really caught a break. Going to Texas for the one outdoor game, the two next indoor games in the Cotton Bowl and Fiesta Bowl, respectively, are inside. And then you have a home game, technically, in Hard Rock on January 19th for all the marbles. It is setting up perfectly. You handle your business.
Let me tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you now. The last time I seen Miami win a national championship, I was 16 years old.
I was 18, yeah, so I know what it means.
If God spares me to live and he says the same, I'll be 41 years old on the 30th of January. On January the 19th, the only thing I want for my birthday
is to see Miami
is a national championship.
It'd be amazing.
Okay. If we get in that game, let me tell y'all something. That ain't gonna be that's not gonna be a neutral site game. Because everybody who is a Cane fan, a real Cane fan, knows, not that bandwagon shit, knows a real fan, knows the heartache, the anger, and everything that we have been through, that we've had to deal with them gay turds, where we had to deal with them semi-holes, that we had to deal with LSU, that we had to deal with Georgia, Bama, all of them. Fuck them all.
Yep.
Fuck
and Ohio State has won 2 titles since the robbery in the desert. So
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny part is,
and I played for 2 more.
Because see, the thing about me, maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm just tripping. But the more that I look at the logo of the Buckeyes, the more that shit reminds me of the Ohio State bullseye. Because them fuckers got a date with destiny, and so help them, we get past Texas A&M. You better pray to whatever Buckeye God that you know that we do not beat Texas A&M. Because if we get past Texas A&M, I'm telling you now, Jeremiah Smith, whatever the coach, Brandon, Ryan Day, it's gonna be your day. It's gonna be your damn day. Okay, Jeremiah Smith, Brandon Ennis, and all the motherfuckers out there in that piss period looking ass uniform that you got on, that's gonna be y'all ass. Because I'm gonna tell you something.
I'll say this
I'm
real
telling you.
I'll say this real quick. I think Galloway will probably lose his shit on live television because he hates Miami so much. Like,
I'm gonna tell you something. and I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm glad you brought that motherfucker up too, Larry Frank, because I had to come out to my truck to talk about this shit. That bobblehead bitch, let me tell you something about his ass.
He better not show up.
That bobblehead bitch need to sit his ass several seats the fuck down. Why? Because he ain't shit in the first place. You sit up there talking like a stallion, no pun intended, when you're really sitting there and the shit that comes out of your mouth is really like a jackass. Okay? Because you sitting up there looking like a horse's ass and want to sit there and you want to talk about analysis, you want to talk about style points, you want to talk about all of this other different shit. But whenever it came to Notre Dame, talking about them having the better schedule, how did they have the better schedule? They're the only team that I know of that were 0-2 and was still ranked 24th in the nation. Let that would have been Miami, and we would have lost one damn game. We would have been unranked.
Hey, Chris, real quick. Actually,
anybody else for that matter.
Chris, you kind of ruined my thunder a little bit because I actually had a reaction from Joey Galloway in ESPN Studios when he found out that they could be possibly playing Miami. Here it is right here.
He better not show up in Dallas. He better not show up in Dallas because they'll beat his ass in Dallas. They'll fight Joey. They'll fight Joey. They'll go to jail in Texas they'll go to
Oh,
jail
man.
in Texas for beating his ass.
Oh man, Joey,
They will go to jail in
Bro.
Texas to beat
Bro.
his ass.
bro, you got Joey Galloway, like I always say. You got him up there sitting like Freddy Krueger to check this prostate, man.
Joey Galloway.
He better have one.
Either Freddie, hey Larry Fred, either Freddy Krueger did it or Larry Scissorhands did it. Either way, somebody did it. But I'm gonna tell you now, and the thing about it is, I want this shit to sit in, and I want us to get to Ohio State. I don't want us to get to Ohio State at the national championship game. I want it to be the next game, and that's going to be in the Fiesta Bowl, where we all and isn't that where it all started?
Yeah, and technically it's a new stadium. That other stadium got bulldozed. It's actually now in Glendale where the Cardinals play professionally. It's in the dome.
Right. That was there, but that's still the state.
But it's in the vicinity, the Tempe
of the scene of the crime.
It is.
Still
Okay, and see, and the thing about this is, Joey Galloway, he needs to do a lot of things. To see, it's around that time of the month. Okay, and I don't know about you guys, but a lot of chocolate's going to be eaten, a lot of naps are going to be had. You might need to get you some big girl panties to put on. You might need to get you an extra strength pad. Okay, because your ass been doing a lot of bitching and a lot of bleeding over the Miami Hurricanes for the past 2 motherfucking weeks. And I am sick of your ass because you do not want us in that playoff, so you want to have a bitch fit.
How do you really feel, man? How do you really feel?
So honestly, if we stomp your ass or your team, your alma mater, and Kirk Herbstreit, I didn't forget about your stupid looking ass either. So therefore,
calling the game.
So therefore, I hope I hope and pray that y'all see this. Okay, remember the voice. I can't put my camera on because it's dark in here, so it's gonna prove no point. But regardless of anything,
that's a good idea.
But I don't give a damn about my identity. Let them motherfuckers see me. Let the motherfuckers see me. And I wish you can get a genie from the Aladdin lamp. I wish you would try to say something to me or come towards me. I will make sure that your ass is permanently retired for the rest of your life. You won't have nothing to do but sit up there in a wheelchair with a tube coming down your goddamn throat and saying, that's all you'll be able to say to anybody fucking with me. Okay? Leave my canes the fuck alone. If you're going to be unbiased, be unbiased. Keep it real. You don't want us in there. Then let that be known. Don't sit here and go all the way around the subject talking about style points, this matter, that matters. Then when it gets to Miami, then that shit don't matter no more.
And I'll tell
you,
then
it don't matter no more.
Chris, and I've never seen somebody backtrack so fast today when he was even asked, I think they might be able to be a team. I mean, I've never seen a moonwalk so fast.
No. Yeah. You know what's that?
He was moonwalking.
Yeah, he was moonwalking his ass. That motherfucker was back. He was. Go ahead. He was. He was he-heeing and ha-ha and doing all of this shit. But then he said, well, who do you think is going to win against Texas A&M in Miami? No, I think Miami. I think Miami. No. Don't backtrack and try to bitch up now. No, have all that say you backtrack more than you backtrack more than a guy that was on Mars who found out that he was the father. His ass backtracked that damn far and he had to pick us. And you looked at his face and look at his face whenever he did it. Look at his face.
Chris, and there was only one worse. Heather Dinich today. Like this. I mean, it's on YouTube. Heather Dinich today. Her live reaction. You would have thought that somebody shit on top of her, which she probably likes anyway, but I'm just saying, I've never seen it. She's like the Joe Lenardi. She was like, "Oh, Miami's definitely out" or whatever. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Honestly, you are done. until next August, bitch. Honestly, and I don't
Mhm.
care
Okay,
what your
what
gender is. Honestly, get the hell out.
what team was she going for?
Oh, probably Notre Dame. I mean, she
Probably.
she used
Anybody
to cover
that's
the
not Miami.
ACC.
Yeah.
That's how she got started before they elevated her to the position that she's in or what have you. But she was on camera, like just you would have thought, like she just got the worst news ever that she gotten fired or something like
Yeah.
that.
I'm gonna
Honestly,
tell you right now, there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna have to eat a lot of humble pie here because there was a lot of Florida State fans. And hey, Larry Frank, I'm gonna go live tomorrow because I haven't done it in a while. I'm gonna go live in that group, but I'm gonna tell
I
you
will be
something,
watching.
and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you if we get a chance to get into that game. We first of all, we already into the playoffs. You got
Yeah.
Florida State fans that was already in the King versus Knowles rivalry group. They was talking, oh well, Manny Diaz won in that ACC championship before Mario. Da da da. Yeah, well, Mario got in the damn playoffs before y'all too, because because understand this. We're the only team from the state of Florida that has gotten in there from the last 10 years. The last team that got into the playoffs first was Florida State in 2014. And how did that shit end up for you, Florida State? You got your asses whipped 59-20. Okay?
Yep.
Yep.
So you
Hey,
might
Chris,
want to go ahead and do yourself a favor.
And Chris, let me just say this, man. What did you say? And you've been harping on it for 4 weeks, and props to you, brother. You said they can have the fucking ACC. We want
Have
national
it.
titles. We
Mhm.
want
And look
national
where we
titles.
at.
That's it.
Don't be surprised. I'm telling you, and I seen something today. And I'm seeing something today. Shh, don't tell nobody. Listen, check this out. Not today, yesterday, I seen that there was a bet. There was a bet, and they showed Miami going to the national championship and actually winning the game. I don't know what this means, but what is minus 800? What does that mean?
You put
Is that a
100
good
on it.
thing?
If you put 100, you
Put
get
100, you
what?
win 800.
800 plus your
Okay,
100
they
back.
said
Plus
Plus
your
your
100
100
back.
back.
Yeah.
okay, cause see, I don't know nothing about this betting shit. I don't know nothing about that. I all I know is it had that, and they had it where this guy. I don't know how real it is because everything is like AI now and all this other kind of stuff. But it had something up there where it was like he put 500 on it or whatever the case is, and he would get or 5,000 on it, and he would get 50,000, or he get 50,000 on it, put 500,000 or some shit like that. But I don't know what that means. But
Yeah.
I can tell you this: I'm going to that game
Oh
because
yeah.
my vacation time renews
Hmm.
January the 4th. Don't be surprised you see my big black fat ass down there in no damn Miami in the tailgate.
Well, I mean, it would be
Okay,
your
I don't even
birthday.
got
It'd
to
be
get
your
in the
birthday.
game.
It'd be your
I
great
don't even
birthday.
want to get in the game. I don't even want to get in the game. Fuck the game. Fuck the game. I don't want to get in the game. Let me be at the tailgate
Mm-hmm.
because that's where the party gonna be at.
They're
See,
not going to invite you to the tailgate because you've been telling them off, and like I have for all these years. Like I said, we go to the tailgate, brother, but I'm gonna still snatch some food though and say I told your ass.
you damn right. I'm about to give me some conch, some wings, some fried, some shit. You think I ain't crazy? Shit, man, we get down there. I don't give a damn who we go against.
If I
Mm-hmm.
will make an announcement right here, real quick, I don't want to hold it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Me and Devin have been talking. If Miami makes the national championship, we've already confirmed we're going to find a spot and we're going to do a live show down there
Got to.
somewhere.
You
So
got to.
Got
You
to.
got
wherever
to.
You
it
got
You
to.
happens,
got
we'll
to.
let you know. Come on through.
Yeah.
You
You
know
got
what?
to, man.
Where how I've never been there. I've never been there.
You ever
But
been to Hard
where
Rock?
it
Okay. Yeah.
no, I've never been to Hard Rock. I've never been to a Miami home game. I've
Yeah.
never been there. But where is Caneswear? Is that in Fort Lauderdale or
In
is that in
Davie.
Miami?
It's in Davie.
It's in Davie. It's
Dave.
outside of the stadium. It's in that vicinity of the
Yeah.
stadium. It's not too
Yeah.
far.
It
Yeah.
ain't far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Um yeah, I'm gonna need to go holler at somebody. Oh, and also there's somebody that's here in Savannah. He's a Miami fan. He has a store here. I'm gonna tell you now. If you looking for some shit, and this is not a, I'm just letting you know. Holler at him.
Mm-hmm.
Holler at him.
Yep.
If y'all need to get the information or whatever the case is, I will be glad to give it to you because he's a really good friend of mine. Got his own store, got his own everything. He actually sponsors Coach Hayes' show.
Ooh, okay.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. I think I
yeah,
saw that sponsor. But real
yeah.
real quick, I don't know if you caught it when I was telling Kyle earlier. Tuesday night we're
Mm-mm.
gonna have a former Miami player that does jerseys.
Robert Hall.
Ooh,
Robert Hall that
Yep.
does jerseys
Former right
for
tackle. Former
alumni.
right tackle.
He's had
Yeah.
Andre Johnson wears jerseys. He just
hey,
he's gonna
I
be
seen
featured.
his. Is he the one that got ibis on the front that got like them eyes missing and stuff like that?
Authentic.
But it got the beak and it got the hat and it
Yes,
just got different. Yeah,
yes,
that's his.
him. That's him.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's him.
Yeah.
you think he got? Hey, I'm gonna ask him if he got one in the size of a car cover. I got to be at work that
He has
night, but I'm gonna ask him if
He
he
has
got.
extra sizes. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link. He has, big sizes. He's got up to 5X, 6X because I've been looking. Also,
Yeah,
it's going to be a promo code if you watch the show on Tuesday night because we're not coming on tomorrow night because he
It's
could only
Tuesday
go on
night. It's Tuesday night. He's going to be
Tuesday
on.
night. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to
yeah.
be
Winning the
on
game of
remote.
Okay.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Say yeah, because I've been wanting to get that, but I've been seeing him on Facebook and everything like that. But
Yep.
for him to
Yep.
come on there, I've been wanting to see if he had any sizes or anything like that. Cause yeah, I need to go ahead and get some of that.
Yeah, for
I need
Absolutely.
to go
sure.
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
But
Chris, listen,
yeah,
buddy.
man.
Thank you for bringing the heat. Next week, be on again, brother, because we're gonna get really into the X's and O's of that Texas A&M game, previewing it next week for sure. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Almost definitely. I'll be here.
Right. Well,
Most
brother,
definitely.
thank you
Nice to
so
meet you,
much,
Chris.
man. Yep.
Nice to meet you too, sir. Nice to
You
meet you
bet.
too.
No
You,
doubt.
you
No doubt.
listen. Thank you for the love and support, brother. You have a wonderful rest of your night at work and a great work week, brother. We'll be hollering, okay? So you
Will
bet.
do. Oh, by the way, for the teams that I will put in other than James Madison in that group of 5,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
I would definitely put in Vandy,
Mm-hmm.
and I would probably I'll put the Lucky Charms in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather see them play than the damn Tulane and
Yeah,
bullshit
that's going
JMU
that's
we're gonna
going
get.
Yeah.
man, that's going to be a punch. That's going to be a free punch face fest. That ain't going to be
Yep.
shit.
That's the MEAC taking on Michigan in the in the first round of the NCAA tournament, March Madness. Man, that's what that
Pretty
is. So,
much.
yep, that's what it is. So,
You might as
well,
well
we'll
put that shit
holler
on
at you,
Pretty
freshman on
brother.
much.
college football.
Thank you so much. So for the love and the support as always, my brother.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
And as always, go Canes.
Go Canes,
Okay.
baby. Go
Yes, sir.
Canes. Well, I put the link up there in case anybody would love to follow the heat that we've gotten with all these calls and support. I'm telling you this, real quick, I'll take one more before we finish up. Guys, great show as always, Carrie. Thank you so much for coming on, and Larry,
Hey, not a problem, man.
my love for Mrs. Frank. Remember, I even said, do I need to talk to her and say, please let him come on just for 5 minutes? She gave me 2 hours, so I love Mrs. Frank.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, for sure. I will say this, Giovanni, man. Yeah, I'm calling in 2 weeks. Let me tell you something. I don't even care if I have to be the guy that holds the cable for whoever's covering the game for the Sky Vision. Like, I will somehow be in that stadium if Miami gets all the way there. I said, guys, am I wrong for saying this? You're in there. You've gotten in. You've got to make the most of this because I don't want
Yeah.
to wait another 22 fucking
got
years
to.
for this opportunity, guys. I mean, you should have been in last year if you hadn't screwed the pooch. Now, granted, that was a fool's gold team with a once in a lifetime player, but this is the complete team, and this is year 4, and this is when you need to be doing it. Now, I will throw this out there because I want everybody to talk about their idiot of the week. Same with the chat box and everything of that nature. But very quickly, I do want to just chime on this. These first round matchups. Again, it's interesting that I really thought it was going to be the opposite. I really thought you would see maybe a Tulane and Ole Miss on a Friday night, or maybe even JMU at Oregon Friday night.
Yeah.
I for sure thought Miami A&M or Oklahoma, Alabama would be your Saturday night game, But man, TNT, man, they really lost this is as bad of a deal as the CBS not having the Big Ten this past year and showed the bullshit Matt game or whatever the hell they showed this year. I mean, my God, that was awful. But yeah, but real quick, I do want to just throw this out there very quickly. The NFL today beat the Cowboys on Thursday. The Seahawks throttled the Falcons. Kerry, like you mentioned, the Bills outlasted the Bengals. Titans beat the Browns, even though they did their best impression to try to give that away. The Commanders suck. The Dolphins beat the Jets. The Saints beat the Bucks. I don't know what the fuck's going on in Tampa. The Jaguars beat the Colts, which shocked me. Congrats to your Steelers. Poor Devin, man. The Raiders are now the number 2 seed. Packers beat the Bears. Sorry, Rocky. And then I knew the Rams would throttle the absolute Cardinals. And what's going on in that Texans-Chiefs game right now? I'm not even.
Patrick Mahomes is running for his life, literally and figuratively. Houston's up 10-0. They just started the third quarter.
That's why I have that's why I have the Texans defense for the fantasy.
And in that Colts Jaguars game, sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, go ahead.
Daniel Jones tore his Achilles, the other leg. Out for the year.
He's
out for the year. No Anthony Richardson. We talked about Notre Dame. Riley Leonard, last year's Notre Dame quarterback, is now the starting quarterback
for
your Indianapolis Colts. Wow. And their last 4 games. Hang on to your last 4 games. Seattle, San Francisco,
loss.
Houston,
loss.
Jacksonville,
loss.
They could finish 8-9.
They're done.
That's the whole thing.
Yep, they're done. They're done. It was nice while it
lasted.
They
were 8-2, and in the fourth quarter, about to beat Kansas City with 12 minutes to go from that to out of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Real quick, just because we are going to start transitioning a little bit more towards the college basketball side and so forth very quickly. I just wanted to say this. Is Michigan or Arizona the best team in the country right now? Because I saw Michigan win by 40 again. Arizona really whipped some ass. I'll give Duke credit for beating Michigan State, and Iowa State absolutely throttled the frauds of Purdue. Which I knew was going to fucking happen. But I think the worst thing was Friday night in Nashville, where Gonzaga beat the absolute hell out of Kentucky. And I don't know if this was fake or not, but Mark Pope actually got escorted for saying something about
real.
If my aunt had balls, and the athletic director for Kentucky literally asked Mark Pope to get up and walk out. I mean, Larry, the Kentucky Wildcats got booed out of Nashville, which is basically Kentucky South at times when it comes to basketball and when they host the SEC tournament. But what
that was real because him and a reporter got into it. Him and a reporter got into it, and he said if his aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle and all that other stuff. So Barnhart escorted him out.
Wow.
I mean, I saw that second half of that game, and all I could say was Gonzaga's good. Mm-hmm. They're not 30 points better than Kentucky. I think Kentucky took the damn night off.
Oh, my God.
Because there's no way they're 30 points better.
And that was some tournament. I mean, and then Tennessee,
they just and then Tennessee played hard, and then they just didn't make shots again. And Illinois is Illinois is good.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just telling you this. That Koa Pete, if you haven't seen him for Arizona, he's the real deal. So he's a stud. Michigan. I mean, I mean, they lose a couple of guys, but they look like the real deal. The Wolverines.
I think they're the best team in the Big Ten.
They are. I think they're the best team in the country right now until somebody proves otherwise. So I mean, I think.
And speaking of which, I think Arizona is probably going to be your new number 1 team after last night. After Purdue went down, Arizona looks like they're going to be your new number, and Michigan probably be number 2.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, well, guys, real quick, let's do the idiot of the week before we lose the entire audience. Carrie, who is your idiot of the week, by the way? There's so many to choose from, but definitely give us 1 or 2 or however many you want. Chat box you included.
Well, you know what? Since we're still on the college football playoff thing, I want to go to that Jethro Bodine of a director. My God. He's as dumb as a freaking stump. First of all, how do you forget Reese Davis's name? How in the world do you forget the guy that's interviewing you, hosting this program? Number 1. And then number 2, their ass backwards thinking, having Miami ranked. The big mistake they made, they had Miami ranked too low to begin with.
Yeah.
And they got copped out of that. But then he had the nerve to sit there and go, well, Notre Dame beat Pittsburgh pretty impressively. I want to see what Miami does. Miami beat them worse than Notre Dame did. Had nothing good to say about it. He's just Jethro, older version of Jethro. I miss the other guy. The other guy that was leading before he had to take a leave of absence. He told the truth. He was straight and everything. But this dude, Jethro freaking Bodine, my God,
I'm
dumb
gonna
as a freaking
the
skunk.
other guy should have a fruit bowl or something thrown to him, because you know what he said? His mic drop was literally, Miami, show us something, please. And Miami
Mac
did,
Rhodes.
Yep.
Yep, he did, Mac Rhodes. So yeah, but no, keep
Mhm.
going though, Kerry. So yeah, no, he's an
And
idiot.
that's my idiot. There's no other bigger idiot out there than that fool. My God.
He's a dumbass. So
He makes
yeah.
Donald Trump look like the smartest man in the world, and that's saying something. And that's saying something. And that's saying something.
Old
folks.
Jethro. So
That's saying something.
Jethro Clampett. So
Jethro Bodine, man.
Oh, well, Larry, who you got as your idiot of the week?
Well, I got two. I think I got two that's going to outdo the one that Kerry just gave. So my first idiot of the week is Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah.
Lord Sanders has the game of his young career, the game of his young life.
Played well today.
4 touchdown passes, damn near 400 yards. He put you in a position to win that game, and you take the ball out of his hands and lose the game. Like, he's on his way out. Black Monday, he's going to be the first coach fired, because obviously you're not even hiding that you don't like Shador anymore by this stuff. So that's my first idiot of the week.
Should be gone today, but keep
Before
going.
you go to your second one, did you see that dumbass 2-point conversion?
What the hell was that? He should have been fired as soon as that.
He wasn't even in the game. And two, the running back forgets to pitch it to the receiver. And by the time he realized it, had a brain fart. And I'm like, of all places to have a brain fart, you got 3 guys ready to knock the shit out of him.
And he almost threw an interception. He almost threw an interception too. That piece of Judson or whatever his name was. He's an idiot.
That was horrible. Go ahead, Larry. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, no, you good. You good.
That was bad.
My second idiot of the week, and like I said, Manny Diaz, I appreciate you and Duke doing what you did, but Manny Diaz, you're an idiot, and I'm going to tell you why. Because in the post-game interview, they asked Manny Diaz, should Duke be in the playoff? And I know you've got to, say what sounds right, but Manny Diaz, please. You're 8-5. You got into the ACC championship by default. You won
on a technicality.
On a technicality, and you had the audacity to say that Darian Mensah is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and you should absolutely 100% have a shot at the playoff. Manny Diaz, thank you, but shut the fuck up. You're an idiot.
Oh my God!
And he really gave the game away twice.
Yes.
He's in no position. Hey, be happy you won the dang game. What bowl game did they get for their efforts?
I was actually going to ask that. Does anybody know where they went?
I did not. I can look it up
Let me see. Oh, get ready for this. You're going to love this. They are going to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas to face Arizona State because they are the highest rated ACC team.
Unbelievable.
They're the first conference champions to ever play at the Sun Bowl. The first one.
But I'll give him props. I'm happy as a former Miami coach.
Sure.
I'm happy that he won an ACC championship. He's got something he can put on his resume. It helps him. He had a 9-win season last year. He follows it up with a conference championship. I mean, hey, it's Duke basketball school. And another thing, real quick, I see LMV has her too. She's gonna put out. How about basketball schools winning conference championships in football with Indiana and Duke?
And Duke. Yep. They understand what they needed to do. They needed to compete there to keep the money rolling in. I mean, you know what it is? Duke has a very smart female athletic or president.
They do.
She's amazing. She's incredible. If you ever hear her speak, who the hell? And Indiana, whoever their president is, I mean, they get it. Like they get it. So
by the way, that Duke game with the Sun Bowl is on CBS. It's Gary Danielson's last game as an announcer. He retires officially after that game. And it's only fitting that Duke is on CBS because that's all you see is BS
in the
big time.
I'd rather watch classic Victor Newman. I'd rather watch classic Young and the Restless instead of that Sun Bowl that day. That's going to be preempted, probably. So
they're preempted.
Old episode of Victor Newman and Jack Abbott or something that my grandma used to have.
I would watch it, man. I definitely would, man.
Catherine Chancellor. So yeah, for sure. So
the first ever conference champion in the history of the Sun Bowl's been played for almost 80 years, and they're the first conference champion.
I remember when it was called the John Hancock Sun
Yep.
Bowl, if you remember that.
Tennessee's
So
played in a couple of those, and
Miami has, unfortunately,
Miami
too, and
has
lost to
too.
Notre Dame in that. So, guys,
yeah,
Mario didn't make
that's
my idiot
right.
list this week. Well, hopefully he doesn't make it the rest of the year. He doesn't need to. He's been in enough of it or whatever. So, I've got two idiots real quick. Number one, Heather Dinich today just completely outdid herself. I mean, I have never been more angry because the way she sounded, I really was feeling bad. Like, I was like, she knows something. She was in that boardroom on her knees and she got the scoop and they're going to screw up. I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I hated her when she was the ACC beat recorder. I hated it for all you Canes fans that know who Danny Boy is when her and him were having the affair with the bear and so forth like that. I'm going there. That's old school
Wait a
Canes
second. She
message
was the
board
one?
stuff. No,
Wait a
it's
second.
a
She
joke.
was.
It's a joke. There's a guy named Danny Boy Kane that was a big time Miami guy. He was a little slow and anyway, people picked on him and they were saying that him and Heather Dinich had an affair and there was a bear and he got attacked by a bear, and I'm going old school right there. So with the message board,
I
any
forgot
Miami
that she
fan
was
remembers
the.
that she
That's
was the
why
ACC beat reporter. She was. So yes.
I always knew. I thought I'd seen her somewhere else, but I never put it together. I forgot
she
was
got
a beat writer for
elevated.
the
I have
ACC.
no idea, but
Oh
today,
my
and then the
God.
reaction to show, like, I mean, I'm glad they called her out. And if you noticed, ESPN with all their rigmarole threw her and Joey Galloway under the bus. You know that, honestly, they were the complete scapegoats for this nonsense that we had to put up with. And as far,
Joey was going to be one.
yeah, and as far as the other idiot of the week was Dr. James Phillips again. This motherfucker, this son of a bitch got actually saved by Jethro Clampett in the CFP today because he didn't have the cojones to step in and say, Duke, I'm sorry. We're going to put Miami in there. You are damn lucky BYU didn't show up. You're damn lucky that realistically that there was some that Alabama was safely in. I mean, I am being dead serious right now because if Notre Dame had jumped Alabama, there's no way Miami's going in, and you're one power conference fucking team that didn't have one, and that's a joke. You absolutely were an idiot, and you need to be fired. You don't deserve to be making the millions of dollars. You have two kids going to Notre Dame. You never had the ACC's football interest at heart whatsoever. And you're actually, and listen to this, under his bio, Larry Frank, I looked even further in this ridiculousness. He's going to take credit for Cam Ward and Cooper Flagg being the number one picks under his jurisdiction. And he didn't even shoot one basket or make one touchdown for what Cooper Flagg and Cam Ward did. And you're going to take credit for that. Get the fuck out of here. You unbelievable buffoon that's in a position of power making more money than you even deserve to even get 1 cent, and the penny has actually been debunked. Fuck you, and make sure that all of you blowhards that are in the position that you are get replaced so that this conference actually takes this seriously going forward when it comes to football. And you still lost the ACC-SEC challenge this past week 9-7 in your bread and butter basketball. Go the fuck home, James Phillips.
And the killing part about that 9-7, they were up 6-3 after day one. They only won one game the second day.
That's a
one game.
Shame.
I mean, yeah,
one
it
game.
Is. Yeah. I mean, it's terrible. Look at what LNV says. I know this may seem controversial and weird, but I really don't take these women in sports seriously. If women off YouTube who are smarter than those on TV. Let me tell you this. In fact, and I'm going to tell you this. You talk about Andrea Andelson. She has been on Miami's jock the entire year, even with the midseason. She said Miami deserves to be in. She was the one that, and they didn't even give her one airtime. The only time you ever hear her is on XM84 when they have her on those afternoon ride shows or whatever like that. And she gets a segment on Monday and Tuesday of the State of the ACC because she's the new beat writer. So there's somebody that actually has the conference's interest at heart or whatever. That was the only person that actually defended Miami all year long. So again, it's just certain ones that are just absolutely, and Joey Galloway takes up the mantra for soft ass men, like what Chris was saying. I mean, just a joke. So yeah. Well, guys, listen, I can't thank you guys enough for coming on in the chat. I mean, we had I just want to just say this. Last week's show had over 250 views. You know, I mean, we even got 4 more subscribers I hope we got more. I'm sorry Mr. Notre Dame didn't show up. I went on for 2 hours and 18 minutes so he could tell me that Miami sucks and that, Notre Dame would beat our ass or whatever. Well, I guess we'll have to wait till November 7th when we bring the national championship tour to go see you, because I really am going to go all in with my poker chips. I think Miami's going to win this whole fucking thing. And like I said, if they don't, I will be the first one, Larry Frank, to say they screwed the pooch, but at least we're in the conversation. And yes, maybe I'm controversial. Yes, I'm short. Yes, I'm balding. Yes, I'm Italian. Yes, I'm angry. But at the end of the day, you can kiss my angry 305 Cuban Italian ass. Okay, so how about that? So there you go.
Both cheeks and the crack.
Both cheeks and the crack, and I washed it with my nice Bath and Body soap for Christmas, mint flavor. But anyway, big game carry finish. Speak your piece real quick, Larry. Close us out, brother. That's all I got this week.
Well, thank you for having me on tonight. This was a great experience listening to people calling in and all that. But thank you to the callers; they were outstanding. Yeah. This is a terrific show, man. What you got going on? Speaking your piece, speaking your mind. I like it. Keep it going,
unfiltered,
man.
Baby.
Unfiltered. Yep. Uncut, unfiltered, uncouth. That's how that should be your slogan. Unfiltered, uncut, uncouth. There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I ain't got much to say, man. I'm trying to stay positive because I'm coming off of a 9-day vacation and I got to go back to work tomorrow, so I'm not in the best mood.
Hey, but at least it feels better with Miami being in this playoff. How would you feel if we weren't, man? And then, if the Steelers had lost, I mean, you're feeling pretty good right now.
I got a little something to pep me up going back to work. But, at the end of the day, we're blessed, man. This college football season has indeed come and almost gone. I think the Heisman presentation is next week, is it? Or is it the week after? When is the Heisman?
2 weeks. This Saturday. And Army-Navy's on Saturday.
Army-Navy's next week, so it'll be in 2 weeks. Okay, so we got that going on. And look, I mean, the NFL, I think we're down to 3 weeks left in the regular season. So, I mean, it's almost over, man. 4 weeks in the regular.
And fantasy playoffs is probably going to start for everybody.
I'm still stuck on a 16-game season. I forgot about 17. That's bad.
Yeah.
But
and speaking of 17, Larry, I got some. I mean, you may have some bad news because with Pittsburgh winning today, they see Baltimore in 4 weeks on Sunday and the last weekend of the regular season. Guess what game NBC's probably going to have in the last Sunday of the regular season? It's probably going to be the Steelers and the Ravens for the AFC North title.
Yeah, because I mean, we shit the bed on national television every time, but we always say Baltimore. I already know what's going to happen.
He's been called.
Hey, CBS had him. CBS had him today, and they were actually Tony Romo was actually quite complimentary. So who knows what's going to happen?
Oh Lord! Well, my only hope is that Baltimore can lose a couple of more games before that last regular season finale, because that's the only way Pittsburgh can win the division. But it don't matter. I was looking at the current standings. We're matched up with y'all in the first round, so we're fucked.
Yeah, and we'll come back and beat y'all again.
Of course you will. Of course you will.
If we don't take care of New England first, we got them Sunday. I think we're going to take care of New England. You may end up facing New England again.
Another ghost from the past, man. And then we're going to have old big bug-eyed Timu Mike Tomlin, a.k.a. Omar Q from Juice-looking motherfucker. Well, the standard is the standard.
So you could lose a playoff game at home. Yeah, the fans will be roasting y'all and everything.
Yeah. Half of the fan base is going to want to keep him because he went to the playoffs and lost again. People like me, it'd be, all right, here we go. Now we're going on 11 years, no playoff victory. Yep. So, hey, what the hell, man? But, man, y'all take it easy, man. Enjoy doing the show. We got 2 shows this week. We got Tuesday night winning at the Game of Life, and I do believe I talked with Devin. We're going to have a Thursday night show to kind of recap more because I was out of town. That's why I couldn't get into it.
I can't wait to hear what Mel B has to say about all this, man.
I talked to him yesterday. I called him yesterday and talked to him, and that was during the Alabama game, and he was quite excited about the possibilities because when I told him, I said, well, big bro, I said, BYU did what they got to do, and Mel B was like, wait. You mean to tell me part of our fate was in the hands of some fucking Mormons? Mel B, he don't bite his tongue.
Oh, so he don't care. No,
he don't care. He don't care. So we'll be back.
By the way, 2 teams I would have had in the playoff other than the group of 5 would have been Vanderbilt and BYU.
Oh
I
yeah.
would have put both of them in.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, for sure.
I'm not putting Notre Dame in any playoff. I don't care if they were if they had been undefeated and left out. I'm not putting Notre Dame nowhere near a playoff.
I
Because
think
quite
that
frankly,
those two teams would do better than what you're going to see on
exactly.
Saturday night. That's
Absolutely.
terrible, guys.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
But they get to collect a nice $1.5 million check for just making the playoffs.
Mhm.
And last point I got before I leave, I was reading earlier. Did you know that Notre Dame is squandering anywhere from $4 to $6 million extra that they would have got for playing the bowl game?
Yep.
Just because they're butthurt about not getting into
Because
the playoff.
the Pop-Tart Bowl, which is the one they were going to be in, is a $4.5 million payout.
Yeah,
Per
and
team.
it's like what Anthony said. You're squandering time to get your young guys ready for next year. You know,
Right.
I mean, just crybaby shit, man. That's all.
And
that
I mean,
is.
I saw the bowl matchups, and I'm sitting there going, Vanderbilt, this is the best bowl they've ever been in, and they're in Tampa.
Ever.
They get to be in Florida.
And they're excited, like you said, and even
They're
Texas
excited.
is excited.
Texas is excited about playing Michigan.
But
they don't get.
No, go ahead, Kerry. Finish.
They don't get to see Michigan. Some of these other matchups are really good, and a lot of these teams are excited about it now. Nebraska and in Las Vegas Bowl, you got Nebraska and Utah. Utah's happy about going to Las Vegas. The Texas Bowl, I saw that coming a mile away, is LSU versus Houston. Gee, who wants to watch that one?
Wow.
Houston gets a home game, basically a home game.
That's what it is.
That's it.
That's what it is.
Yep.
So,
And following in the footsteps of Miami and Alabama, maybe Notre Dame and BYU will get in next year because the first two out last year was Miami and Alabama, and they just so happened to crack it this year. So next year,
got in.
like I said,
they weren't going to screw. They weren't going to allow what happened last year. You know, it's bad enough you've got two group of five, but you have two strong games. And last year, you know, you didn't even get one in that first round. So you have two strong games. So, but I will say this much. Don't be surprised if Alabama and Miami both come out with something to prove. We'll talk more about it next week, obviously, but I wouldn't be surprised if you see Oklahoma and A&M both going home and Alabama and Miami moving on. Honestly, I really believe that. I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens.
Very possible.
The game. So, yeah. Well, guys, thank you for all the love and support. Hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And just remember, guys, this is just an amazing experience that we're going to let's enjoy it, guys. Let's enjoy the ride. 2 weeks to get ready for it. And we're still in the conversation. We got a puncher's chance. And that's what Stallion Speaks is all about. So for Big Game Carey, Larry Frank Jr., everybody that participated, hey, we love you guys. Catch Real Talk Tuesday night and definitely the Utah Hype Show Thursday night and Rebels with a Cause Wednesday night. And soon enough, Big Game Kerry Reeves and the other shows are going to start debuting on this channel. So stay tuned and love you guys and go Canes and go college football playoffs. Let's go, baby. We out.